this match?
Okay, I'll try to be fast. First of all, I want to use this opportunity to thank God for giving me this opportunity. Secondly, our FA President, Colonel Kweku, for believing in me. It was a very difficult start with the Nigerian matches, and yeah, I'll never forget this, giving me this chance. And then, surely, my family for having this patience to let me do 2 jobs at one time was not easy, but thank you for to my wonderful wife for letting me do this. And then surely to the players who sacrificed a lot also, who did a lot, and I want to mention some names which were not there. So first of all, those who brought us even to the World Cup, like Bakasso, Jonathan Menza, Andy Yaudon, it's his birthday also today, happy birthday, and Felix Afenajan, not to forget. They did a lot for us even to come here to this World Cup, and then also players who got injured, unluckily, Richard Ofori, Baba Idrisu, Giorgio Wolocott, not to forget, and Benjamin Tete. You all did a lot. Thank you for that. We really appreciate your work. We will never forget what you did for us, especially taking injuries and still get sometimes insulted by people who don't know you. Really, really bad for me in my eyes, but thank you. And to the game, yeah, this is football. So sometimes football is beautiful, sometimes it's really, really ugly. Today for us it was ugly. Yeah, but there's nothing we can say about this. There's no human being in the world who hasn't missed a penalty. This is part of the football. Congratulations to the goalkeeper, it was really, really good today. We had, especially in the second half, a lot of chances. But also we have to say we had to do better in the defense and allow 2 chances against this top class, world class strikers is too much. And they used it straight and scored 2 goals. And yeah, we have a young squad, we have to learn out of this. And I'm very, very sure this squad has a bright future.
Thank you, Otto. Now we start with your questions. Please wait for the microphone. The gentleman with the hat, please.
Uchocho, my name is Daniel Wona, Kini Broadcasting Corporation. 2 quick ones. You mentioned about the young squad. What are the learning lessons for them from this tournament? And the second one is the numbers that have been brought out from the start of the game. It's all about the conversion of the chances you had. What the way forward to ensure that they actually turn to goals, not just goal attempts.
Yeah, I think first of all they have to continue. They have to believe in themselves. They have to continue. The greatest footballers, also sportsmen in general, they are there because they have experience, and experience comes from doing things better. I don't want to go into detail because sometimes it's just 1 meter left, 1 meter right, a little bit better anticipation, a little bit better shot, goal control. So there's so many things where everybody has to improve, and they have to still work on all of these things, on defensive actions, closing passing lanes. They have the right timing to close the shots, and yeah, but also offensively to be a little bit more clinical. And so there are a lot of things. I don't want to go too much into the details, but they will grow from this experience. I'm 100% sure, and they will do better next time.
The lady in the middle, please.
Coach, my name is Juliet from Ghana. I want to ask you a question on this. How disappointing, first of all, was this for you? And what was your game plan today? And finally...
Nonkru abo apahon sima edu pepe Kessben 3.3 live on Kessben television. Yedi aya final whistle media no bro baby a obi a cheche obi a obi akwa baba ena no pay program yi eso. Nim say na program no ni tie be ya modin yi papa nim nra amanfo a mo kan say sports kra no ni tie no be ya din nsema asi awa ɛsɛ live no yɛtoa so yɛnya ma ball nwie ball ɛmɛwieɛ ɛwɔ wiase bebree wɔ yɛnim a yɛbɛbɔ Ghana out of the World Cup ɛnra nsɛm pii ɛna ɛsisiiɛ na yɛbɛhwɛ matches ɛkɔɔ so ɛnra group phase matches no nyinaa no aba awieɛ ɛnɛ ɛna round of 16 matches no ɛhyɛ aseɛ nnɔmmiɛnsa ne nɔnson Tony Montana ɛde ne nyinaa nso ɛbɛbrɛ bɛhwɛ various camps na ɛbɛkɔ hɔ na yɛkɔhwɛ nsɛm ahodoɔ a ɛsisi hɔ nsɛm a players de to dwa nsɛm a coaches ɛde to dwa saa nso ɛna pandit ahodoɔ ɔmde to dwa ɛfa World Cup akansi ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ Qatar 2022 yɛbɛwura Ghana camp na yɛahwɛ dɛ ɛkɔ so nso ɛwɔ Ghana Football Association ɔmo ɛde release aba abɔnten statement aba abɔnten players no ɛkasa officials ɛkasa saa nso ɛna journalists ahodoɔ nso ɛkasa ɛbɔ mmɔden a na yɛwura hɔ na Franco Naro ɔno nso de kakra ɛbɛfiri ɛyɛ kata abrɛ coach Otto Addo ɔde n'adwuma ato hɔ ɔsan kɔ back to Dortmund nsɛm pii ɛna asisi ebi wɔ ha ɛni kakɛkɛ ne nyinaa no ɛfa Ghana free World Cup yi sɛn ɛna nso wadwen ɛyɛ o 05515999933 05515999933 momfa mo messages no emra sɛ WhatsApp video a fafa 0244 263902 0244 263902 no ɛne WhatsApp a video line ɛde ato abetumi ɛde messages no afa so abrɛ mpamcho Ghana film nanso momra na yɛnhwɛ matches na aka na fei ɛna aduru knockout stage no na ɛnɛ 2 matches ɛbɛkɔ so ne nyinaa no ɛbɛyi ɛwɔ Kessben fan park yi ɛso nsɛm pii momra na yɛnhwɛ Ghana film deɛ nanso matches na aka no ɛmu ɛbɛyɛ de yie papa Netherlands ɔmo ɛne USA ɛna ɛde tie so de nnɔmmiɛnsa pɛpɛsa nso ɛna Argentina nso Asia Australia ɛna matches a ɛbɛkɔ so no ɛno nso yɛ nɔnson pɛpɛɛpɛ Ghana Football Association Kessben Media Kessben FM ɛna afei sponsors ahodoɔ nso ɛboa ma yɛde saa fan park yɛba car park na ɛwɔ Dufie Towers car park na ɛwɔ hɔ naa no mo a moba no mo nyinaa mo nim baabi a yɛyi no ɛnra na nya asɛm ketewa koraa ɛwɔ ha ɛwura hɔ ama nipa pii nso twetwe nkɔmmɔ after Ghana and Uruguay game no Tony ɛde bebree bɛba afiri camps no na ebi wɔ hɔ a abufuo a ɛkɔ so anigye a ɛkɔ so nisuo a ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ camps no bi na ebi wɔ hɔ a na ɛha adwen kakra Guinness Ghana PLC ɔmadaworoma ɛna saa fan park nsɛm yi yɛde ɛbrɛ ma ɔmodi mu akoten yie papa saa nso ɛna multi choice nso ɛka ho ɛna yɛde ɛbrɛ mo high sense ɛboa yie papa ɔmo gu so ɛboa na live matches yi yɛyi ɛwɔ yɛkyiri ha a nipa ɛba ha bɛhwɛ no ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa koraa MTN nso ɛboa ma bibia ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ ɛyɛ fan park no ɛso MTN ɛnyɛ easy koraa Tony
Godfather, good morning.
Ɛnyɛ easy ɔsɛ mama yɛfiri mu koraa yɛsua mma firi mu ate ne so nti ɛnra na ɛyɛ paa but bebree nso botɔ mo yam kakra sɛ Suarez ne nkɔfoɔ no so afiri mu ma Suarez ma nkɔfoɔ su yɛ no yɛsua ma ne so deɛ tumi yɛ yɛ ano no wow nsɛm ɛfiri Black Stars camp nso ɛba yɛyi wo firi mu sɛ yɛ na bebrebe yɛbɛhwɛ nsɛm ɛkɔɔ so ɛwɔ hɔ de kɔ yie da nkɔ yie na yɛkɔ anim a deɛ na bɛtumi aboa nnoma yɛsɛ yɛsesa fa wadwenkyerɛ ɛbra na yɛnkenkan fafa WhatsApp video nso bra na yɛnkyerɛ ɛwɔ Kessben television ɛso yɛma obiara kɔ aba ɛba program yi ɛso Montana de Tony
Godfather me da se emena so yɛn sama ɛkɔ so ankɔfo ekro so yɛn hyɛ asɛ from the World Cup mu sɛ Ghana film na so 30 a yɛn nya ɛhyɛ so a enti ɛno games no dodo na timi ɛba so yɛbɔ the group phase awie afei ne knockout phase ne ɛna World Cup games a ɛba so no ɛkɔ South Korea from a goal down ɛbɛkye Portugal ɛhyɛ mo by 2-1 no ɛne World Cup games ɛno ada etimi ɛkɔ so na Ghana yɛluso to Uruguay hyɛ ka mienu a yɛntimi ante Cameroon as a Bako, Brazil and team Ante Vincent Abubakar, and the only goal of the game, and Serbia, and also to Switzerland. Match no, Emma in 5 goals, Emma Serbia Shemienu, Switzerland Eshemiensa, where any games are and no 4 matches are. 18 and Barso, Henti, Yabo group first in Awie, ye do not cut first in and then. And air shots here, Equity Tuesday, now year 12, so the round of 18T, quarterfinal games are Airbus round of 16, no, the tier NSA and then about 3 p.m. Netherlands, any USA airball, about 7 Argentina, any Australia airball, Nami Aduma Ochna Sunday, about 3 France versus Poland, not 7 o'clock England, and Senegal on Monday, 3 p.m. Japan, airball Croatia. Na numerous 7 no akoye Brazil and South Korea on Tuesday Morocco and Spain ebebo na Portugal and Switzerland Russia na round of 16 at the bana wie ye na yakọ round of 8 and no quarter finals we World Cup games outdoor ebo so and ne ebo so and South Korea eche Portugal shamu 2-1 no and am say Ghana yenya results ane epe Kenya drumpa kabibia betimi asi ye lose some match and South Korea qualify referee ball na ben so pompe be Son Heung-min captain Emma South Korea obonania na kwakoya nisio 8 years of joy Son Heung-min and ye show no our Kessben kasafoni so immediately after the game was 3 out and said but for my friend kwakoya sun bema na 18 nisio sasabi akwada no because ne man no about this far because group no na emodem Portugal, here was South Korea, here Ghana, Uruguay, for that to Uruguay, any Portugal. Now, eventually South Korea, I be found what team qualifying now. Son Heung-min, one team control one very, very emotional. Now, after the game, Son Heung-min Ekasai said, "Oh my dear pa, said, I reached this far." Yentie Son, captain, Emma South Korea.
Korea Republic through to the last 16 of the FIFA World Cup. Your emotions, please.
Amazing. I never experienced like this emotional, so it was amazing feeling. But at the same time, I was really proud of about this team performance, and yeah, it was just unbelievable. And I'm very happy, and I'm really pleased that they gave everything, me including. I gave everything, but the team gave everything to be in this position. I think they well deserve it.
Talk us through that phase of play.
While in Son Heung-min and after the game, some cry. Ono and so edited just a emotional. I might try say on my team Akuman and Pa group first no, or and so I team qualify. Na yako South Korea and New York, US, South Korea fans no enra. Jubilation no na enye easy crasa yenko na yenhwe mo kakra South Korea fans no. South Korea jama enye de krasa ka Ghana qualify ya enka mahwe moni so ade eno South Korea qualify no jamampo omo entimi nhye so madu there are 16 na omo enso ekon ede komana so mne Brazil ana ebo na enra Portugal and South Korea match no Ronaldo wabra coach Fernando Santos eyina free no na oye gestures bi ase o catch obi say on fanisa entuna no omia no shut up na ka say bia na on head coach na say Ronaldo buofu because eyina free mu after the game and Ronaldo HM say debut enye on Fernando Santos so nemum tema na Portugal coach eyina free no na South Korea defender bi Jan check asa bema ma honya ha na film because ye person ye winning goal enya sakala go ne betimi qualify na so otiense Ronaldo na ma Ronaldo ejina ya oye se be maka wanu tum no ye sa gestures nya nkyira se he bia na ne bofu ni coach no enti sa image no video no ana ye show our Kessben ye nkasa fo no so Godfather
yeah, but also obi nkana no ntum fine but didn't no drew touchline ho na the coaches na eso no mu awan fi obia
maybe any connection before park and so to drew actually no
oh do training sakra fan chire coaches Ana make on Jazzy.
Oh, Matias.
Coach, you have at least what training, sir. For some boom grana quay.
So been a man, coach. Aye.
Okay.
To better na bench ko still hand both.
Okay.
Of what GD pass say no person say go when you go no. Coach in film na man bufu.
Okay.
Until Ronaldo the gestures.
Free hair corner.
Yeah, free hair.
With the head okay.
Okay.
Clearly no any coach no. Oni obi o.
Yeah.
Pitch
so Korea defended.
Aye, but Drew Hono.
To Drew Hono.
Drew Hono oh kusuru mu feel kra. So the next one no so ba Hono when we on so kra.
Yeah.
Also no so yeah.
Okay, Matias. Matias.
You didn't know cause.
Okay.
Oh ha dwe o za.
Let's have say Ronaldo ni full coach no. And a player no. E man in now
say. Okambo.
Yeah, Okambo. To be agene de. E 2 in 1 and Ronaldo. E dia man.
Ay.
At his age, o manage. Professor rest no. Say Portugal qualify. Omo here their next game. So Ronaldo say obeso bonti and before across park and so no. And yes show. Yanko Cameroon and Brazil match no. Then Indomitable Lions every year no so pass no way. Omo be the first African country. Omo share Brazil. The main World Cup and Vincent Abubakar go no. Emma Brazil elusie. Oko back home Yaounde. And then me P Cameroon fans ne Germany. Omo say omo antimi an qualify. Yanko Cameroon kromo.
Ils nous ont vraiment beaucoup fait.
We are Cameroon Muma. Fans of Cameroon and jubilate say Enra Omawini. Oman qualify and so Brazil come out from Quadia. A course of celebration, also celebrity panty. Enra fans no Germany H Street. Joe Cole, a former Chelsea and England player. Also, no can so be a erratic Cameroon off. No can say take credit no out of Cameroon team on my idea because Brazil match no. Na enye izo na Cameroon ashe Brazil and no almost safata omo dominate and omo winning yentie Joe Cole.
Because we've come to watch Brazil, Joe, and they've been beaten. Unbelievable, but and they deserve to get beaten. They probed, they moved the ball, they was flashy, but ultimately you have to credit Cameroon. I think Wu and Abossi, the two centre halves, they played one place with Stade and the other one in Udinese. You know they're not good on the eye. You don't look at them; they're driving through midfield, but they defended so well. Every ball that come in the box, they dealt with it. Their body shape was right, the concentration, they was outstanding. But incredible. Well, I said before the game, I thought it might look a bit bitty because you've got the players coming in trying to impress, and I think that's what happened. I think it was a little bit too individualistic from Brazil, trying for a killer pass or a flicker and a trick when it was just a simple pass was on, and ultimately they just had no rhythm. And they're limping through to the last 16.
We did say, didn't we, at half-time, the joy of football always is. There's only one way to...
My Chelsea and England winger Joe Cole and a book Cameroon about the same no danom disable pass Esha Brazil as I win you can say discredit Cameroon dear pana Brazil deserve say elusu match etimi across so na Serbia and so team qualify Switzerland as 3-2 na a mixed feeling Serbia fans no express disappointment and my Switzerland fans no and so Germany pa and no stress fans na enye easy qualify El Comanim, Yanko na Yintinum Hakre Koso. We Switzerland fans and no qualify ya. On which Serbia bomb 3-2 no after the game kakra. Yehu ye ni energia na omo enso ewo mu. Afi Ghana Portugal Newton ed more ebeba heneba ed more videos eba yenton kakra. Henry Tema the day you say penalty ne very just yenya no the referee nwi o park no so you say who referee no Tema are you ko gina penalty na Obose na pe ana Fedi Valverde watata referee no na say ohuru referee say referee penalty ni so ma say no aha eno ani yesho enji time penalty ni say ya pe Fedi Valverde waja obi a na o chase referee no na ohuru referee say ball no na enye penalty waje penalty man na bro aka no kwanti na Fedi Valverde na mock referee na after the game so ene ma enso antimi ankoso ye pon ye no Uruguay players ni be hwe wo park no so almost say referee sisi wo mo pa enti Uruguay players no echo referees no so na enye easy kra omuka na referees na yuomani na Uruguay players no omo chase referees no Uruguay players ni chase omo na players ni tata omo sa enti enra aha enu enie we time referees no epo match no na Esen Cavani only the players no na omo tata match officials no still na omo bonto omo yemo omo say referees ni SC omo brutal because Cavani gidi pass onya penalty referees ni ratana ni mu no still na players ni chase omo Cavani die free park no so VAR machine referees no eboa mamo take good decisions no Esen Cavani the you sitting inside pia machine no e to baby no aha eno no nti VAR na referees no ahwe no ana Cavani wo so a akoto baby Cavani na eba no ebufuo pa ana obia ya eno so atimi ekoto akire na pandits no dodo na achoma adwene Cavani ball no na penalty anasa enye penalty nti Cavani ana ewo VAR no enso ahwe ase no Frank Leboeuf former World Cup winner World Cup winner former Chelsea defender first 98 na account pa o se penalty no referees no omo yade pa overall officiating na enye bad Ghana Portugal.
There is no penalty, and that's only fair for me. And the ref did very good in that matter.
Where was all this commitment in the first two games? I mean, you see, all these pictures we've just looked at, and we need them. The first two games, they were awful. And if they'd been as committed in the first two games as they were to chasing the referee, then we might not be talking about Uruguay going out. It'd be interesting to see if the Uruguayans are going to just moan about the referee, or whether they're actually going to sit down. Are they going to sit down and think about the first two games? Or are they just going to blame that?
It's interesting you bring that up, because they do blame what happened in the second game. This is what the Uruguayan coach had to say. Now, you remember that the second goal that Portugal scored was the...
Nti ESPN Sports Pundit no and I'm not sure madwene dodo na gidi pass referees ni idea Cavani ball no na enye penalty yet Frank Leboeuf nka and it is Steve Nicol also a Liverpool legend and also Uruguay omumlem first two games na commitment in ewo he samunya hoade na after game coach referee a sa hoade na ade na first and second game no montimi amfan fight mo free na mokwa akoko eno no nsema Steve Nicol edi etudwa na Gary Lineker oni Alan Shearer eni Ferdinand mo so edi nko on BBC na Alan Shearer no Ferdinand gidi pass ball no de Cavani de no na penalty no senka referee no etimi agenti Alan Shearer and any colleagues no.
Let's have a look at the, it's not the game that we watched, but the other game, we saw it at the end. Cavani went through, he looked like he's brought down, he was quite clever, he kind of stopped and almost forced a foul, but do we think it was a penalty, Maurizio?
Sure, for me it was penalty. It's true that you were right, it was so clever, Cavani waiting, this
slows down,
this moment slows down.
But he knew that the
big impact there.
That's a penalty. That should have been.
You can see why they're fuming afterwards. The Uruguayan players.
We're going to get the pictures of the players after that. There's a contact there. It's definite contact. Cute from Cavani.
They were very quick VAR as well. They didn't.
Even hold it. Normally they'd send the referee to go and have a look.
Well, only if they think it was a penalty, but they obviously didn't think so, because if they did, they would have sent it.
They couldn't have seen the pictures we saw then.
Well, I think they have plenty of pictures. I don't know. Maybe they thought, and maybe he bought the foul himself.
Anticipate what VAR are thinking, because that's an impossible job.
I know. These are the scenes at the end, of course. Cavani's going crazy.
Jimenez as well. Look.
Jimenez there too. I mean, the difference between going out in the group stage and going through was possibly in the referee's hands and the VAR's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Incredible.
We a BBC Sports Pundit and discuss Ghana Uruguay. Cavani won a penalty and a penalty. Almost all of them say born na a penalty. Ferdinand cried here. Also VAR no unprompted match officials some here. na mo take a good decision na just say VAR no omo ehu images and na yenyina yehu yen because ball no na a penalty. Alan Shearer and Mauricio Pochettino former Spurs and PSG manager no kwa jitu say ball na a penalty and na Gary Lineker so echichim kakra and so at the MOMO. Now after the game Suarez is super on controlling hokra and Suarez or bench na osu bemen tinusuo party sa akoda osu mama said yesu ade nse guniti said biase na yie no and Suarez otena na entena Uruguay or me from said Ghana and so from ti and Suarez nani show na nye easy krasa very emotional na yanko Uruguay said the Kessben yan fan park na ma santima ne kumasman ayede no e ko Uruguay mo fan parks no so I'm film not just a quack draw movement. You go fans no not to draw na a bonjo so cry. Yanko am fan park on. And Uruguay fan parks no and enra na say obia era ho Uruguay afrim Ghana afrim Portugal and South Korea and qualify mo komani nyame adoma Senegal Senegal game omo airborne no omo face England and no ayo china na said that Senegal fans as jikata krona fa na omo etwi soloku etwimo me because omo jiri pass against England nko ade ebefa yenko kata ne Senegal fans no. Senegal fans no even before sir Ochina bedru ama match ne aposo no nsompo omo aje katakromu afa na soloku ene enyom omo culture na omo ton Doha eno enso ewo kata na Joe Cole akasafa Senegal and England match so one player very decisive so far England no biamo ni din na enso oya de pa certain decline rise or bobo pa Joe Cole e kan sem we fa ne ho.
For someone like myself who sits on the divide, you know, Chelsea and West Ham, I see it from both perspectives. Declan, first of all, is an outstanding midfielder, arguably one of the best in his position in world football, young midfielders. And when I've walked in his shoes. When you're seeing your colleagues win trophies, and you have a finite time as a footballer, you know, and you want the club to come with you. Ideally, West Ham would go and spend and try to what their fans deserve to be competing with the top teams. Doesn't.
We and some Joe Cole also about West Ham said he can rise. Obama West Ham on the captain and I rise saw no America also Oji trophies even World Cup nimpo abaso Oji and Joe Cole eka say West Ham no amo any situation with team am play any trophies it's not certain sakonya wo ho play and fight or one of the players that omo ya de panty Joe Cole and some of Kafa decline rise on no Brazil omo next game against South Korea na Neymar da Silva Junior say Neymar no atona ne sa enne on the entire team ebe training and Neymar individual training session enti gym work and Neymar oh yeah yes our Kessben kasafone so enti Neymar da Silva Junior and our gym ono enso training just training in there Neymar guso oh yeah and den afei and a tournament no edu party knockout phase no just one you know ho na o fremu enti Neymar on Brazil for ne ehwe pass omo enso ebetimi qualify ede akọ the next phase Netherlands so ball against US na match 10 goalkeeper all them ede ama US or say Netherlands match no enye easy match kra match hemu ebeden na so bia and trust say omo US omo about this far because omo body mo aso ni panty match 10 goalkeeper no gidi pass and niema beko ye hema US team no and so atimi a progressing because omo first game na eye second game na eye third game omo win here hence omo nya lose match group na England ewom gradually omo pem so pa nti US team no ready asa match we omo so ebetimi ahye na omo qualify we ensema match 10 hence so ade tuja honomo na yenko Germany national team no Diamond Shafts omo afrimu group phase no said 2014 2018 eye no atwa so sa 2018 omo anya de kra group phase and omo free mu after say na omo abo adwuma previous world cups no na say team na kwakodu fie na Germany team no ekodu fie na players na obia about because omo are disappointed big time in the Germany team no omo Africa Doha hena makwakodu fie na omo kodu fie no omo rival no na cha say players ni clearly who omanim say omo ye hugely disappointed say niema anshada anfasa because World Cup we there number say omo ye niema last 4 years omo entimi anye nanso Hansi Flick and the players no niema no entimi ankoye what Pele ayare na say the almost in situation no a bit stable not just a na offer cut a chrome ho nyina almost shada up project images omo worship Pele wall because Pele or a big figure or a big fish said they are large greaser heavy you can you know Pele untimi enka wiase bobo na onyi Pele din enfim ti Pele ne ho adodo na also show some love into oko the streets of Qatar Doha omo a project images omo enso e share word Pele and munyam pa say omo highlighting baby as Pele get to us nampa Pele ne ho tono na enwa Suarez ekoso ye na obi tweet bi say hey Suarez ana suno na Uruguay efrimu ehwa ana Patrice Evra ekwa like here lose our two players no omo enter enwokra omo kan enti Patrice Evra ensa Suarez esu na obi ayesa tweet no post no apɛ enokwa like say na nije ho pass Suarez ono enso bekai 2011 racism ensansem bi apue ye hema Suarez just cover accusing especially Evra saw in the color did that time even Liverpool Man United in Poko South two players no Suarez one share Evra effort so or share Suarez and Suarez and so into tweets no better wa post no buy ya no hena Evra and so equal like here Lukaku World Cup way the money more answer any cra Lukaku ajia to me now say holidays now so holidays no so straight away I'll call the city of Milan or call Intercamp now I'll prepare for the upcoming season Serie A no January 4 2023 and Serie A no so resume e must say Inter and the Belgium striker Laka the near break passer also no so team echo na echo prepare ye papa Fiorentina and now only Sofiane Amrabat obobo pa Morocco omo Talisman World Cup ye January you have to say Liverpool and Tottenham Hotspur omo airport no ana Fiorentina director Pradi or say omo ni plan bia say omo ton Amrabat onim nampa eche abo apete omo Fiorentina omo num omo de omo enim nampa pa omo nya kodidi sabi ball so nti omo de Amrabat no omo nton ne ochina enso ekan wei ensema efi Fiorentina so ye enso eba Jackson Club and then the agent wababontin abe disclaim wababontin abe wababe dinner so and some na eba wabe dinner kra sarubwa na eba sa club obe fi Liverpool na even German national team no akọ replace Hansi Flick ni agent na si enka ever for Kessben media so amo bia entie ni year say club what na or 7 the contract until the very last day 2026 and the contract ebewu I respect Liverpool pa inti obetra AC Milan epe Hakim Ziyech nemo with condition omo epese omo for Hakim Ziyech January on loan till the end of the season with option to buy nemo Bobo Kefen say Chelsea omo empenesa omo pen outright sale say open dia and be for Hakim Ziyech menka say okwa try no na ne modbo so ani a season ne ba na wie ya or Arsenal so betimi ato enti Chelsea Saudi no omo enfo so kra na yefa boxing enko wie enra ena Tyson Fury ɛne Derek Chisora ɔmo bɔɔta hɛba so ɛna dream WBC heavyweight title no ɛna saa 2 boxers no ɛkɔ weigh in na weigh in no na ɛnyɛ easy class 2 boxers no ɔmo ɛkɔ yɛ na wɔ arena hɔ na ɛnyɛ easy class enti ɛno a 2 boxers no ɛnso etimi ɛkɔhyia yɛ ɛma bibia ɛnso etimi ɛkɔ so kama weigh in no etimi ɛba so Derek Chisora ɛne Tyson Fury ɔmo bout no ɛnso ɛba so na bout no deɛ tie ɛne sɛ Chisora ɔne Tyson Fury ako ɛma Fury wabro ne pɛn we ɛmpere tɔso miɛnsa Chisora se we deɛ ɔbɛdi nkunim ɛnyɛ saa bout a ɛba so no ɔno ɛna betimi adi nkunim award winner yɛn nyinaa we so na nkɔfo kuro so nsɛm no Godfather yɛmfa nsie
yɛmfa nsia titiri World Cup games a ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ Qatar 2022 camps ahodoɔ no nyinaa Tony Montana ɛwurawura hɔ mo sere mo musu na nsɛm ahodoɔ a free players officials pundits ahodoɔ nyinaa ɔde ato edwa sɛ wɔde nkan de aba no group stages matches no nyinaa no aba awieyɛ ɛnɛ in a round of 16 3 p.m. ni 7 p.m. matches no eba knockout stage no ɛhyɛ aseɛ ɛnɛ mo de messages bebree aba yɛbɛhwɛ kakra abudafo nso ɛwɔ ha ɛbɔ mmɔden sɛ yɛbɛtumi awura Qatar na afei yɛakɔtwetwe nkɔmmɔ kakra nso ɛde afiri hɔ fa wo deɛ ɛbɛka ho na NCP Kessben 93.3 Kessben 92.9 saa nso ɛna DSTV channel no 364 Go TV channel no 173 yɛnhwɛ kakra aba na yɛntoa so ɛmfa ɛma mekɔ akwasi Safo Kantanka wodewei efiri airport residential area Accra ɛna abrɛn. It's absurd sir, I found it absolutely crazy that section of Ghanaians are happy we are out because Uruguay too is out. Such an inferiority mentality. Prior to the Group H games, Ghana needed just a draw to go through and Korea needed a win against the toughest team in the group. They won and we couldn't even score a goal, and we are happy because we are out with Uruguay. It wasn't our doing that Uruguay is out. It is South Korea's doing. We are the only African team not to win a match at the third round when we needed just a drawn game. And we at a point were delaying because we didn't want Uruguay to score. Whilst we should have pressed on to get a drawn game, disgracing the red, gold, green flag. Akwasi Safo Kantanka Airport Residential Area, Accra. Nipa ehuhuri because Uruguay so efrim na omo free omo efrim ni de I hear drop per cross nka ye de ebe ko ye nim no da bi ehuhuri because Uruguay so efrim. Wow. Na enye honkwa akwasi meba na baba be yi National Sports Authority penipa also no tweet bi or the babonte immediately after Ghana game no na eno so yahwe. Yeah, to also Eddie about Kessben 3.3 live on Kessben television. May call Aminu there. They also the about good morning boss. Did you see what happened before the day's penalty kick? Please do everything possible to get a video because something strange happened there, and that resulted in Darwin Nunez's yellow card. Aminu there anyway abreye. Aminu there na also who ye fabre na yenka ho asem enso ewa ha. We say in 1998 Nigeria thought they had qualified for the round of 16, but they were thrashed 3-0. Same can be compared with Ghana. Why anyway eba di enka ho. Ayana mo di no aka ho na eno so. Ye ko Vietnam. Capital no Hanoi. Eho ena abrantie Jomo Douglas. Anyway enso abrain. Vietnam. Mo ye ho de Hanoi. I wanted the kind of pre-match analysis the technical team that's before our games. A team conceded 5 goals from our first 2 games against Portugal and Korea within 2 minutes and 3 minutes respectively. Clearly tells you that there is something wrong with our defensive setup. Is Otoado telling us he wasn't aware of this weakness and he painfully went into the Uruguay game without a system to solve our weakness? And we were punished for the 3rd time for that weakness. This is so sad. 2, said there was there a psychologist in our team? 3, General, please let your crew tell us the system Otoado played and the roles assigned to each player on the field of play. As a student of the game, I was so confused about our system of play. How I wish to be at the studio today. Jomoke Douglas, watching live from Hanoi, Vietnam capital. Hey, Hanoi, dear, bad day, no, I can say we be in studio. Hanoi. All right. Ba enamode eba. And the margin channel in here pa. Yelika crab in the back home. Monfamo diemra nafi yentuaso. Sincerely, I don't see how Ghana caused Uruguay's exit. Rather, they prevented us from qualifying to the next stage. We have no moral right to be happy unless we are not a purposeful nation. Boss, I want to applaud the technical team of Uruguay because they basically used Luis Suarez to destabilize our entire team. It started from his comments at the press conference, which he wisely reminded Guineans on our indelible defeat against them in 2022. The comment worked against us perfectly because our technical team couldn't work on the psyche of our players. And it was clearly written on the faces of our players, especially Dede Ayew, when the 2 sides were exchanging greetings. But I don't want to hear any mediocre inspirational comments that Germany, Belgium, and others have also exited. We have failed woefully again, and it is time we start doing things right. DD, Akumadan Senior High School, and anyway, and so Ebreye. Aminu there, Elkas, Nsembisi, Darwin Nunez, the yellow card, you know. I see 4 of our players surrounded where the ball will be spotted before the kick. The players were doing something there. That is juju. So Darwin Nunez stretched his leg to destroy what they were doing. They were trying to do. Oh, okay. So they all rushed at him. Sir, you better mention a clip no more na yahwe menim say muhu ya bibi sa. Andy, what the yellow card, but well, who has my yellow card by? Okay. Into the academy na ever so a day. About Momoka, Obi away there. Muhuye.
The Boko, you know. Said you can't do a message, so I said, you're on here, you know.
Okay. What recover?
Oh, say, you know, I say,
you know, Koso.
Penalty,
no. A buy, no. And a place, party, only 4 players.
Okay.
5
Okay.
Could dinner spot, no, baby, a ball penalty, no. Almost said the ball need to war, not opponent, no. No, my big John, no, man, I 20 me kick ball.
Yeah, okay.
Nunez be dinner, and look, I'm pushing on the neck, I said,
okay.
And Tanya said, be a juju, I'm protected. Baby, a spot, a unit down.
Okay.
The white,
then the man capture my.
Oh,
na kofa bre because the name be brain now there be no kan okay Kwame Chechekuzu no okay
what's the area recover oh but you know
general well be
I want to be recover
awa de no o GD pa
very emotional was Ghana for boss I mean GD awa gunya
oduru be bi na so kra no na so onye GD yeah, shas na ye kakra ba edu ba bi no na won kra na onim se no ma kuyi
o de na o kana mia
what kaba
say you ma recover
sa na o GD pa wa
na me o GD despite the fact that me can't say we are weakest team at the World Cup, but still, I'm UGD.
Sir.
Yes, okay, say my car.
Sure. So,
I did the
but all this awesome not to be an silver UGD.
Yes, like, I need to give my ultimate support.
Okay.
Despite the fact that
I had DNA support are 2 things.
Okay.
DNA support, believe and support a 2 things. And you believe you know support or not the same.
Among for saying in your telling effect be also after the final whistle. Almost now unye awana inu as na unye normal. Wow.
Because now you GDA say the ticket in the Senegal ni Morocco no.
Okay.
Yeah, your president said the Makain no.
Wow.
But I'm Kusiaga.
Okay.
We wait and fight another day.
Okay. My initial comments.
You know, my initial comment is say Ghana for young respect your opponents. Me can Ghana as a whole. Your game against Uruguay, I say about Brazil on Monday. We need to respect our opponent. And only about
okay.
2. Say BBA Dregu. So let's come back. The mistakes are here for 40 years now. Him team find a trophy not. Any kwasi esan to say ya. Mamu me use 1 week pe. Nyem fan discuss we nem kwashingu. Nyen san ko afcon mamu yen san gina ba bi gina ne san ba discuss bi. We need to start from now and until our leaders will do the right thing. You know, yen yan semneka. Because you call afcon ba ni binya a west pair. And you see a call World Cup. You call Nigeria free mu, everything is okay. You lose against Portugal, you be say Korea, everything is okay. And penning for Katia see a couple semi-finals. Our West outing at the World Cup. Ini. When you first consider, check the number of goals I consider. Out of the 3 games, there you come ball quarter final and consider go say. Inti your football no under 17 in Koyi, under 20 in Koyi, under 23 we are only trying to resurrect it. Local blaster you try to be resurrect it. Kotokone has to folk. Omo da fema omo da yan kofo de omo na ewo omo mfen. The blaster, you know, cannot shine. Into everywhere within our football or is not well. And I'm saying that we don't have to use 1 week. There be more be a man on my press conference me deceive we were informed we are going to play in the finals, in the semi-finals. That was the budget. But 1 week near started Ghana Premier League, you know. Nobody will talk about the Blasters again. But the parliamentarians say call Qatar. When say Joe for call Qatar. The Ghana Football Association for call Qatar.
Ministers say go.
Yes.
Hey.
Omo near san so ministers na dia kwa kugu Qatar. Obiako bi. Omo man ko na no omo ka Dr. Baomi asem.
When the TSS can na.
Eh aban. Iwia ne abeka tia say napco fo ini ska di twa omo ka. Training college for any schedule to allowance. Nursing training for any schedule to allowance.
Oh, camp boy crowded do.
Oh, everybody. The point is that. Yes. The point is that we are Ghana in our team here. Don't be deceived by our performance against Korea. You're more than one in Shani. You could have Korean team in the Comoros are more. Switzerland for you keep players from team team. And you watch the game against Korea, you have never seen any nation outplayed Ghana like how Korea did. You go for an American house, almost say almost qualify. Brazil for organize the World Cup. Me see a children be a good cup on so magic. The last time I saw me is no 1 year. Argentina for Messi time on 3 winning cup. And I'm say 2011 Copa America, the infamous. You free more bombenera. Into Uruguay for Sadia or say Ghana always struggle against physical side, and I know I was clear. The next point is that Andorra Ketia so coaches at Genoafa, Coach Sika Kono, Milovan Radovic, Utado, Yamwa coaches in Kwa.
Essentially,
Yamwa, Yabwamo, Yadumantoso, Boy, Yamanko Yavamai. These are no coaches that we want to go places that we need to depend on them. What was the reason for bringing Milovan Radovic back? You can say Sika Kona Matra Makwe, Yadimiluba or the Ekose. Otoado, Nkrofosi there be. On your Pep Guardiola or coach Dortmund, you didn't call World Cup. He's not the Jose Mourinho. He's not my Hitfield. He's not Giovanni Trapattoni. He's not the Carlo Ancelotti. He didn't go part-time. He didn't go World Cup. You're playing for the big da. So far as or they are qualifying, he's supposed to be there. And or they are quiet. Now you know Abono. Yashi, and clearly. Yene Portugal. You had 4 minutes in the concede. How many goals? 3 goals. Yene Portugal. Sorry. Yene Korea. Yene Portugal. You had 15 minutes. They conceded 3 goals. Yene Uruguay. You had 6 minutes and they conceded 2 goals. Okay. Coach is now no more. Almost she a chance. Almost she say no more chance. Into technically we are not up there. Forget about other coaches. You don't go count. Game no and brains no one check on no more. And I'm saying that decision makers at the FA are where my game now go ye. Players they be no fair share of the blame. But say one take the right decisions. One put the right measures in place. National team you be kwaba. Akwaba. 40 no yebetum ako 50 because this decision will not help us to progress. Interest of certain people within the FM play any, our play and me man more. We play any. General, Sani mani na we see you free. Me say we are Ghana here, don't be deceived by just a good result. We have gone 40 years without a trophy. This is our worst spell at the World Cup. You're free more group stage with AFCON. You're free more group stage at the World Cup. What do you need again? Kotokone has almost that from under 17 under 20 ago. Into DAB now here. This is the right time to find solution to our football. Sikano omo tue dia ma players no mun tibi. No mun fan build the structures a bit in our game na call. Management committee of the Black Stars osi egu no. ESCO members
club management committee egu no nche.
Egu yensen wi. Say Didra
egu no nche.
Say dwuma de.
Ye na Mr. Jojo Makoda no.
Yes. Yes.
And I was talking about
anti omo free mu AFCON e group stage ni egu no. We must have free na de no wo nipa e camp wa. Do we have a management committee of the Black Stars? A nipa e go camp. A nipa emma players then relaxing. A nipa e good players no. What are they managing? You know they don't manage. E wo Black Star. Baba Rama abo ni ya share e am person me personalize because any on nkwa na ma share. Any on nkwa. Belgium for na bo Kevin De Bruyne achi nti yenso o se bo patachi. Nti I will not single out Baba Rahman. For me, our center back player was the weakest at the World Cup. Nti me mo Baba nko achi. Check your spine no. Your goalkeeper, your central defense, party dede ekosi inaki. Ehin na ye. Na baby anye. It is about time we need to go back. Find solution to Niema Emma national team in Koye. And Kase Belgium were free. And Kase Germany were free. And Kase Cameroon and Brazil. Samuel Leto on in club for the Sodimu. Kokatron so Kode World Cup Naba. And beating Brazil second team will not be enough for him. He need to go back. Convince them and tell them why he told them he's going to win the World Cup. And Kase Germany were free. And Kase Belgium were free, or more the brand, or more Cotois, and the free man have been coming. Ye are 40 years. Ye nye trophy. Ye say secretary the budget ben they call World Cup.
Board chairman, National Sports Authority, yenje ne post immediately after the game. National Sports Authority board chairman. It's an emotional day. Football is what it is. We lost, but in a way, we won. We sent Uruguay home and got Suarez to cry. Look at this.
Mediocrity.
My God.
Mediocrity. The reason why I am calling you Danini and when
I can see Safo Kantanka, okay.
The entire young Koya as a country.
It is an emotional day. Football is what it is. We lost, but in a way, we won. We sent Uruguay home and got Suarez to cry.
Look at this. Game and all draw it qualify. Game and all win to qualify. The reason why I'm saying that those people should be fired. And general, a leaders no Ghana and Kwan ye leader. Ye leader, ye say some leader. But the leader must serve the subordinate. The leader must serve the subject. But in a country when we vote for a president, now you only pen your own man who says as a president. Nti yempanimfo we mu ne di anim in all our institutions. The reason why we've been lagging behind and when you go for 10 years, all is not well with our football. Players are not paid, referees are not paid, coaches are not paid. Our teams are not performing. Let's find a solution to that. I'm saying let's not use just Eric. With the blaster couple match and almost charge you when you but I'll make sure say me make sure see a national team you being here. You'll be able to be on, but that is the work of the media.
After every tournament, yes, I bet the corona. Then it's very different. After tournament, after matches, after say ball enko ye bia. And after week, after sad defeat, and embarrassment, you be try the next one, yes, I could repeat. It was none of Juju business, but the Uruguayans are used to destroying the penalty spot when it's against them. That's why the Ghanaians were protecting the place. So Aminu there and yet Juju sem why anyway and so by okay,
if the media cannot influence the decision of leaders, the decision of the society, at least 1 or 2 decisions.
Okay,
Yes,
I don't know. And I Emma Darines in yellow card, yeah. But you must have question as I could you are not Ghana for a protected a sport honor.
Yes.
Sana Uruguay for Yatis Adamote. When it's against them, I don't want to grow. I do the ball to her, Oba Unya, or direction. And Emma referee, no. Okay, Yentwaso.
A Jumana, no. And yen sem na ye can in an penny for fat, but Omufa Bibre. In Tintimi now was some Kametana Hanka said, I let the company should be giving the project manager. I was not giving the project manager. Yantana Hanka see and Pam coach my and Pamoneda. Yantana Hanka says Salisu. Say Unimbo near Ujidius or Beboya. And Hondini and Yadia de Kofa in Akilian Fasa and Kofano. Hasn't he improved as a player within our centre back? You bet me a question certain things are going forward also improve. But Unimbo and Unimbo. Into January, you beko swaka. So Muntia Yebeka, and eventually it will get to election one day, they will not be there. Into Yenny was here making sure that the beer bands that there are key decisions. Yakawa and penning for tickly are changing the teaching in baby. But you know, ye as the media, I so dear. See, was here making sure say a national thing because Jens and reform coino. After the exit will be intimate in a room because ye sika the boy and home branasa. I was here Saba. But you know, see a year money, I bet me a coin him. I'm a walk up near Timia track could do semi-finals.
Okay.
That is the work of the media. And you know, ye beko swaka, or your muntia beka. Second of 1.5 for an answer, near can be a muntias yaka. The Omofanos yaka, until ye beko swaka. And yes, I national team the beyond the Beguato Presia.
Opening remarks and Gwenny. Wow. And a band some money shake game no more. Odin some papa and the camp. I don't know. Please, why was our flag on the jersey of the Uruguayan team? I've never seen that before. Sammy the way free West Legon and Abba. Now, won't you
oh, there be said match. I will be only opponent in flags.
Yeah.
So what ship? So a monitor tournament in a prior course.
Yes.
Not even the flag. They display. We display the date. No.
Okay.
Modi bobo game. No.
Okay.
And even the venue.
Okay. All right. No. I agree with Andy 100%. But frankly speaking, Atizigi did his best as a goalkeeper. You remember matching? You remember so? Nah, don't worry. Osai Amako, unadiwe Efri Holland, and so Abre. Osai Amako, usho baby a friend or Holland. I know what China am why. Sweetheart pa Abako. I don't know. Onye easy cry.
But you know, I know me of the body. Na me hwe Cameroon game na me bisa me ho asem baako. Ghana yentimi nko Cameroon. Ni nkosua why day in day out they have exceptional goalkeepers. Yentimi na saade. Cameroon for no. Goalkeepers are born in Cameroon. In Africa.
So be also they are trouble no.
Enti yesua.
Yesua.
You know. But England for. Say the first no more under 17. Eh don be bobi. Omo hu say Brazil for ni Argentina for na. Omaji wiase football aboso no omunyo players ni free under 17
no goalkeeper na asem na wo kan say yenkusua say kwan omfa so wo say bia bi any ade bi e de a chomo uko bukuma say boxing asafofo ntimi nka so mo kosua bukom fo say ho boxing say na boxers timi free bukom ni wan the asafofo so kosua na mo so yenya boxers wa ha adebo wa the chenko for me
great
ache na de ma ho mo
metiase
but Ghana has goalkeepers papa
you know metiase perfect
yes
metiase but say football e shall from country bi ene bi mkosua single for so mo na de ba o ma the trophy da
it's young kosua de be say
we don't have good goalkeepers and I'm asking say in Africa you know yenya one country we are football no matter even Brazil at a point we was like a certain time
goalkeepers nansia na say lucky goalkeepers kakra but goalkeepers yenya great goalkeepers for Ghana.
I agree.
Yes.
But you know, we've not had great goalkeepers than Cameroon. You never been to Cameroon. Until the Americans say, "Opa, check your last tournament ayako. Check your array of goalkeeping. Menka ata tizigi anyade. But check your last AFCON ayako before the Comoros game. Share your performance. Check Jojo Walcott in the AFCON. Check atizigi at the World Cup. And I'm saying that in Cameroon. And no goalkeeper no better and you know no second keeper. But on no na one here you struggle to choose. You born run it no sanko yaba. So I'm saying that time Germany for no chance yes omo body 10 years then England for no 3 omo. But on beje World Cup England from faso nyebi. So I agree with Hado say Kwajo yenya Joka yenya Sami Ajay. But at this time you know I'm not for so you be chair no osua wa omo we can tap certain knowledge from certain areas that a bit may improve your game, no? And no, but I want to identify the intimate in Burkina Faso.
Okay. Usubrem Kakra. Joe, until Ghanaians begin to speak the truth, we always continue this vicious cycle. Our decision makers always put business and egos ahead of patriotism and professionalism. The writing was clearly on the wall. How many times did we mention the likes of Schlupp, Pencil, Afnejan, etc. on your show? We suggested Chris Hughton ahead of Otuado because Otuado was contracted to Dortmund, but the FA thought otherwise. Ghana, love and see a Jumaura and Kasankasa.
So the most disappointing thing is after 3 games, you conceded 7 goals. You can see that.
In see that.
See a World Cup, you conceded 7 goals.
3 matches.
7 goals.
Wow.
But Sergio, all the way compared to Brazil 2014, we have more points than Brazil 2014.
Yeah.
Brazil 2014, you only 1 point, and that is the only draw against Germany. We lost 2-1 against USA. We lost 2-1 against Portugal in the last game. But we have 3 points against Korea. But when you are conceding more than what happened at Brazil 2014. But in just 1 goal difference. Brazil 2014 you conceded 6 goals. In a way you conceded 7. But Sergio, what so 2 tournaments you course who are few way in your way.
Oh, sir.
Yes, so guys have gone your group.
No, why?
Yene Comoros ne Gabon ne Morocco. After your way, Sergio. So what so far here
I see.
And the only draw we had was that 1-1 draw against Gabon near DDIU a first goal last minute or Motekano.
Okay.
We lost in our first game against Cameroon, so against Morocco, Sofiane Boufal. And they lose 3-2 against Comoros Island.
Okay.
And a few way Yasako World Cup and so Yasako way. And also tell something. Problems say Kofemu ewo Gabon ewo AFCON ewo Cameroon and no be ne kobaye.
Okay.
So you since Olole Koi, they share the goalkeepers here they various tournaments. You call 2012 AFCON with this guy Adam Lassen Kwarasi. 2013 ewo AFCON ewo South Africa. It used to be Fatau Dauda. 2015 and then 2017 AFCON Razak Brahima and a Beji post.
Okay.
Then 2019 it was Richard Ofori, and the last AFCON at Cameroon it was Jojo Walakat. So we are descending.
Near from
Sergio. We had at a point Richard Kingston Olele.
No, we are descending. We have descended.
To him, we are descending. The man concerns you have descended. Enya wesa. Onu na yeka na asem. To mention no nka.
Yakɔ school awi.
Also we are descending. Also you are from.
Yakɔ school awi mi.
Jan mon kana say.
You are did that. Yakɔ school na awi mi no descending.
Sejo ebetimi ayo ho bibi. Sejo eno ne me problem. At a point Sejo okay, Richard Kingston and then Samieji. Now you cry, you're confused who to pick and who to choose.
Sure.
So I completely agree. Cameroon up. Say you among Kwane or Maya or more produce goalkeeper. And now Obedi Morocco and Sobekan. What the Africa best footballer of the year?
Oh, Robert Mensah.
Robert Mensah 71 or the second.
Robert Mensah
Wanye Wene Ibrahim Sandy 71.
Okay, but Oji the best goalkeeper.
Oh, but make Africa's best player overall.
Oh, okay, who can best player?
Best player overall.
Okay.
We Thomas Ntomo Nkono and Baduzaki.
Okay.
Thomas Ntomo Nkono won on 2 occasions. 1979 and then 1982.
Okay.
And Baduzaki and Suji in 1986. Women are the only 2 goalkeepers to have won the overall best player in Africa. So Cameroon, they are produce Thomas.
Ghana so produce goalkeeper.
Yes.
How you know it?
Yes, someone pekra ni dia ma ba betie adwuma wa bebo.
You know it.
Yeah, but say yo, eno na American we are descending. So die ne be ya fa ho. Die ene be ya fa ho.
So into out here.
So say yo, that these are the things that we need to talk about.
Okay.
And ye ko competition as say yo, it's insane. Ye be kwa bab, but a day now be convincing me just to drop Jeffrey Schlupp and take Babaraman. How can I understand? It's absolutely unfathomable. You can't understand.
Calm down. Unfathomable.
Say you over there what you see.
Yeah, say wow.
Say you over there what you see.
Okay.
And say you yeah. Never be like this just because of the ego of just some few people. The whole of the nation should be brought to ransom. Say, Joe, it's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, but Ghana gave, bro. Not the way forward. In some Koso and so, but your messages no kakra.
You only said growing board, ya kwaba, ya paper so sa.
At the corner, and me busa. You come here.
Take this from me. Me say afu ya bema nakaso. Yes.
Then abema nakaso.
One, nobody should tell us Ghana should employ Chris Hughton. That is number 1. Nobody should tell us say in fact Chris Hughton your coach because in 7 years can not your that's answer easy. Until nothing will change if we appoint him at the next.
Only the final say.
You know, he is the
final say no Otuado.
I agree.
Technical team. No?
I agree.
Yeah.
But
Chris Hughton with my suggest your power.
You know, I agree. But he is the technical advisor. Into what advising on fire. If you need bar, a big count, what do? You resign. And
no final sorry.
No, you know, you can
maintain no
okay, beside me. Otuado is the coach.
What advice Otuado? That's a one far. It says, man, you want to be
what are you doing? What are you advising?
Why advising? But me for Gideon Mensah ball or no, me the Babara man the ball. For way ball no. For way position was no. But the way they be. Meanwhile, be no akabi manafa, but way them in for. You know
what are you doing? You know, I have found be advice, and I see a family say me advise you.
Doesn't mean so be as me father.
You know, a consensus. But I'm saying that if you advise, then people won't take your advice. What are you doing?
Who advise me? I said the be me father.
I'm not so.
Okay.
But said me advise you. Now on far, what am I doing? Me yede. Yes me.
Na sana tie so advise ni na on far.
You know, ho and Jeffrey Slop ye nyina hu so ya de chama ba man. And ye de nebo. Ye nyina hu see a central defense enkoyie. We need a protector. And ye de nebo. And the Otuado we have used 4 right back. In how many months? And then 1 year. Football country bear and team bear that is how we are saying. Patent me more. Salis or Timmy Bono near ye Salis na party them. In I can hold your oil park so there be I ben 1 year.
Easy over drop all best players are Pate.
Pate is so not Pate. He is the most informed player in the national team prior to the tournament.
Yeah.
But he is not our best player.
Easy over drop on us.
Sabona near when and run team no. You know when you poor tournament, it is easy to drop him. And he is not a magician. He is not a player who conjures something out of nothing. Onyebia. He hasn't proven that in the national team. Onye baby jet. Onye de Dayu. Onya Bedi Pele. He is not Tony Aboa. It is such player, it is easy to drop him. Very easy. So drop Pata, it is so easy. He has had one excellent game in the national team. Yekoshe Congo 5-1. Asa. So such 5-2. So it is easy to drop that person. And you know you are not dropping him. You are substituting him. So the point is that you can't Baba Raman there. You can't goalkeeper there. You can't central defend there. You can't make full problem. You can't come on Dina born and Kawasa ya obemuntem. You know about Park and so on difference. Yeah, our Champions League player I did not World Cup, but you UEFA Champions League go match. Yeah, Ghana.
Why?
Come on, so.
Okay.
Ukwadane Benade Bia Shabo TV so. Ghana player on no bomb from match na no odini bi no. Yeah, Kobo World Cup wa match. Ghana kwana sat BBC. And besides that, me say Kamal Din so Abranten Obem in the last 25 minutes on he ran the show throughout. What was he doing on the bench? I didn't know the Omo de Depi ya come periphery gunchen was and you supervise this and come and tell me who advise the coach now for that be so you must resign. So one resign na say General Kojigu say ya you are part of any man else no anti-Christianity there he's never English coaches no be acronym so omo nya dada but he is never our solution. Let's go in for a top coach. I already get years to clear Kuba dressing room or be pam so onko. This is my office. This is my job. We are management committee member na ba no apamo office your office. This is my office. Almost our coach is the bit me adwuma na nye the katiye so kra say God are the days na coach nko select players no ene de wa ha yenso ye bebo selection ni bi no si ye entertain sa na ye be kwa ba ni our drawing board ye better down but say ye am a very good coach obetimi a pamping for from officer you know any me no de or head na no ye ngura back to square one na be we need to employ a competent coach, a coach who has boss, a coach who has absolute authority within so this is my system. My system ni want me and my system ni bia umobi enya me bo dreams FC enya me ye connected with this enya way that be sanye ben na ya 40 years so ya Ghana ni na utia 40 it is not easy na Cameroon phone ru ba bi o maduru na Egypt phone ru ba bi o maduru ye football ne da fam say ya am ye tietia so let's find solution to that. Chris Hilton is never. Nobody should set that tone. Nobody should set that agenda. Say our solution to our problem is Chris Hilton. The course or kata anko yina. He supervised it. He was the technical advisor. Into your boat to adwachi. Sabon will be able to see a number 3 more the ball of fem. Yes, Shabon Asia, Ubehu Pelestri, Ubehu Darwin Nunes, Ubehu Luis Suarez. Suarez can't say, your difference in yet. It was evident. It was clear. Neno Cavani started Claudian Kibu. It was clear that we knew that where you must have it is. In the general solutions, no, Chris Hilton is never the solution to our issue. England coach, tell me the last time an English coach win a trophy. Tell me the last time. Also, England coach a coach trophy the last time can be them. He is never the solution because the mess I of course in Qatar he supervises it. If you are talking about Utado, the next person in line is the technical director, and he's never the solution.
We can really go and learn goalkeeping skills from Cameroon, as Andy is saying, and it's not only goalkeeping skills. We must be pragmatic and focus on how to face our demons by learning how to create short passes in the opponent's final third in order to score simple goals like the first-class teams like Brazil, Spain, and the likes. Things are unfathomable. I like your diction. Sir Richie, Aquatia, on our way, and so Abre and Anopay. Mammy, we also the GFA if the GFA president and his ESCO members don't stop their involvement in collapse and selections, we'll go another 40 years. The choice of Otto Addo says it all. They needed someone they can manipulate. Cause how can a GFA PRO be at the bench? Like how? Kete, he's a West. They will come and tell us we've learnt our lessons, but nothing better. They will go into the next tournament with the same mistakes. Okay, why not the way and so a bray? Why not the a buy? All right. Yentuaso and fa emam. Maybe the next one and so ever ha. Or say, me who's a woman can you do? Let Andy understand that advices are not directive. Advices, piece of advice are not directives. Chris Hughton's role as technical advisor is not an end in itself. If he advises and the coach doesn't take it, how on earth do you tell him to resign or not fit for the purpose and doesn't deserve an attention as a possible replacement to Otoado? Andy sometimes doesn't follow or listen to himself. Alaji Mawasali, if you're a Chibanda line, and also the way Ababichem and Mayan CCR, may call disc golf, Western region disc golf. Is it that Coach Otoado doesn't know how to tactically select good players? Because it's obvious the selection was not from him. We every disc golf, Pearl, we every disc golf and Abre, Pearl, they say Oba. Now, say that what are the messages ba na Otrone say that we see Kasafa football especially. I say winning ball wow. Then we shouldn't forget this. Chris Hughton was just an advisor, and the receiver may accept or ignore the advice. Jesse Edway Efri Japekrum and so and Abreye. Yes, will be our advice here. Ayasemo journalists in Ghana. If the scoreline had been different, the narrative this morning will have changed. When the Black Stars called South Korea, the narrative in the studios was good. We didn't hear all these. So journalists in Ghana, you too, when? Comment.
My comment has been, General, has been specific from the very first day. The count has said there is no analysis.
Yes, yeah. In your drone game, Kade Kosu studio ha, and the Miami Hodo be brave, yes,
I agree. But my position in the Black Stars has never changed. Has it changed? My position in the Black Stars has
changed. Penny for ministers, MPs, and American board draw now. Send Comasama.
Now, say you know, you call World Cup. That's football.
Yeah.
Football, who name me see what come. The moment the results be
now waba they go for players. Now when players in trouble, so two na ba ku me no pen mu VIP BSA. Assemble ready.
Football, and you be pre see what campa. You know, Ghana, let's say Kotoko has beaten House of Folk 3-0.
Yeah.
Can you go and talk about Kotoko the Umblesika? Who will listen?
That's it.
Nobody will listen.
That's it.
But some of us position in the Black Stars has never changed. Any room where I say there's no analysis that will pay Ghana ahead of Uruguay and then Portugal. Me can't imagine how can say me bon crofo and people said we are going to surprise. And I say I didn't think Ghana and Kwadi a tournament you can't surprise. Why don't you prepare well, do our things well? Now you can see a competing yes a surprise, and indeed we've surprised everybody. We've been beaten with ease. We have been torn apart easily. Intimate position in the Black Stars is to always look forward. So we see players who incobo against Brazil. Oh how we will be disintegrated. Your difference we. Oh the Kwakushia or the Gone Vinicius. Yes, we will not survive. But the point is that we have materials. Agreed. Let's appoint a very good coach. Africano. Nigeria actually say any quality players in Kwanya they win it because for me their West team won the 2013 AFCON. Team in front to 2008 and 2006 team now Nigeria rebel AFCON. But with a good plan, a very good coach in Stephen Keshi. How much there some in Cameroon you rebel AFCON was Saki or players Makumako 8. Who go block Saki players 8. Those were first team players. He picked several players, gave the captain to Benjamin Mukonjo, and they won the AFCON. Into your team no general players no yeso no ye dia na wo no yem form a oyewo gidie senka no omunim ba politics into your drop o mo ne meka ho Let's go for a very good coach. Let's give him time. We are going to fan show team that that's after one year. Politician be obekati obi afan so dada. Ora ketie so kreku kache o se yakoje afan kache so dada because our team is not better than Senegal. Our team is not better than Cote d'Ivoire. Our team is not better than Cameroon. We are not better than even Algeria. To talk about Morocco. Inti so kache o se ye yakoje afan afan so boa. Et said your kache o se yakoje semi-finals no. Disagree with the person. Give the team time. Don't raise your expectations. This is not a team that can play the semi-final at the World Cup. The teams na ekobo round of 16 knockout stages. Show mo pedigree, show mo quality, show mo players ekura mo. And no Brazil lost, but check the players that played in the game against Cameroon. Manchester, Real Madrid, Arsenal, Juventus, Manchester City phone and they were second team for Brazil. Our top player played for Arsenal. The top scorer that have scored many goals for us in the AFCON, which team does he play for? In Tinanto Boasema Blasters, no. But let's make sure our leaders take correct decisions. Let's make sure they take right decisions. That will help them to move the country forward.
The overcrowded ministers at the camp brought us down. It's very true. PK the way if you precia and Abeka programming ho and Anopay PK I can't also Odiano. Ebesha enra games e course so ama qualify I'm say group stages ni na no ya bo e de abawie e dey say ne round of 16 knockout stage and then na enshase Qatar 2020 remember Black Stars so ebesha enra game no in the way forward and then smahodo and so akoso. Good morning sir. I blame the Ghana Football Association for choosing Otto Addo as our head coach of the World Cup. It was a wrong decision. Why will Otto Addo be the head coach and Chris Hughton as technical advisor? I can't think far. Makazi, Udwe Efri, Tamale, Makazi, Unaude Wenso Abre. Yebeshe Otto Addo, Jumana Ose Ode Atuho, na oko back to Dortmund, no, and so on sensem kakra. Ten J, Samuel, Udwe Efri Achim Oda. My problem is with Partey's performance in the tournament. He was like Busquets at Barcelona in recent times. He just passes the ball without running or following the ball. Pass and stay only. I don't know why. I want Andy to assess Partey's performance for me. All right. And now there also the Eban. We are back again discussing the way forward for the Black Stars. Now so Nkobebia, Keto Kreku and his GFA guys will continue doing their thing. I'm waiting for what Kofi Champion will say in defense of the Ghana Football Association. Dauda would weigh every DBB. And so Abekainsa and Anopay. Okay. Enche yebeko Newton Latte Marija Tanzo na wawurem kakra ba this is a matches na ombo boy kakra sana yade no so nsem abremu. Mind you say they didn't get to round of 16 games no and so e sha say ene yeko Akropon Asfa Pharmacy and Yusuf Pogba with the way a free abreye Asfa Pharmacy Akropon. It's heartbreaking typing this message. I wonder what approach Ghana's technical team used in this World Cup. Well, yesterday's game was the poorest game among the games we have played. I wish your sports crew was part of the technical team because I don't see anything that shows that we have learned from our previous mistakes. Jeffrey and Afnejan, thank we all for Inaki dear. Yusuf Pogba on the way and so every hour.
Sergio, and no, I think say the Cameroonians have done the unthinkable. Okay, say yene blacks, yene Brazil, Babe Bono. Maybe can say Cameroon Kwane the only national team I share Brazil at the international level.
Okay,
and that was the Confederation Cup. Ye go now Samuel to a share in 2003 tournament na unfortunately McVivian Fui you know. But anyway, Sergio, Vincent Abubakar became the third African player to score a goal against Brazil at the World Cup. Third African player after Didier Drogba in 2010 Joel Matip in 2014, and then Enwa Wayebi. But Sergio Answa, he made sure the Brazilians lost that game, and Cameroon has become the first African country to beat Brazil at the World Cup. Sergio Bin Sida.
Players a boy the Enfahon.
Yes.
Ana.
Yes.
Enfahon only plays a boy, and one is Cameroon has said Brazil.
Yes. Cameroon has become the first African country to beat Brazil at the World Cup.
Okay.
And if they stand as the only national team at the international level to beat Brazil. African teams are. So one.
Brazil.
Yes.
I went to Mancon and him know.
What's
Brazil?
Yes,
and here and there.
And said
Oklahoma fan park and
videos.
Africa.
And said
Africa.
Interestingly, this is the first time since 1998 Brazil lose group game at World Cup.
Okay.
Because since Norway 2-1 I'm sure my France 98 okay. Brazil lose group game at the World Cup till this one.
Okay.
And so Russia Cameroon World Cup games are more keep a clean sheet in Sergio is the most toughest. Against Brazil in 2022 in course and then against Argentina in 1990. And then you know when they 1-0. And Sergio, even though one team qualified there, but to beat Brazil no, at the World Cup, Sergio, Chelsea almost set it no. The rest can follow. But Sergio, interestingly, we are the highest number of wins of Africa at the World Cup. In terms of the tournament, World Cup, Yako, Sergio. Yenya say African teams are winning high number of matches like this year because Africa has 7 wins at this World Cup. Sergio in Sida. Because Cameroon are winning Bako, Tunisia winning Bako, Ghana winning Bako, and Morocco and Senegal also winning Mienu. Sergio been Sida.
Okay,
he been Sida, but. It's also unfortunate say any Cameroon in say goodbye to the competition, but at least getting our 2 African countries going through to the next stage like how it happened in 2014 or Brazil is something that we can take consolation from.
All right. Yentie dem penifo be a tro after the game. Na fe enran so Duffier Towers car park or Ghana Football Association GM any Kessben Media fan parker ye matches ni na live 64 games ni na ye chere the 2 games no and so beba so diamafo mo meka ho na ye nhwe sa matches and so enyina ye from the Wednesday baby ebeye enigie pa any knockout stages no any kankeke ye Dr. Mahmoudou Baumia vice president also need tweet here. Was it the match against Uruguay didn't go as we expected. Regardless of today's result, the Black Stars acquitted themselves well and made Ghana proud. Hold your heads high, guys, as we prepare for other footballing assignments for Mother Ghana. Hashtag Go Black Stars Go. Hashtag Go Ghana Go. Dr. Mahamudu Baumia, Vice President, the Ochro, and so after a game, no, I don't know. Yanja, Mr. Alan Kojo Tremantin, and so they also Equatroye. Kudos, Ghana. We could not progress to the next stage of the competition, but we saw some good performances. You persevered. Well done, guys. The AFCON 23 is next. We'll bounce back stronger. We'll win together. Hashtag bouncing back together. Hashtag winning together. Alan Kojo Chemantin, and so Enadiwe, and so Abba. Abedi Ayew Pele, Jordan Ayew, and Andre Ayew, Omo Papa, the legend, the great Abedi Pele. Yeah, also Troy, the maestro. Yes, the living legend.
The fantasista. The embodiment of the number 10.
Abedi Pele, the legendary. Or say it, it's not over. Because when you are down, you know how to go higher to overcome your problems. Proud of you, son. The name is Ayew. Alhamdulillah. Hey, the maestro. Or say it, it's not over. Because when you are down, you know how to go higher to overcome your problems. Proud of you, son. The name is Ayu. Alhamdulillah. Abedi Pele and so the day Abba and no. Players no be and so echo church or Uncle Tuti Namahodo Kakra Yenti and so. Gideon Mensah, or say, first and foremost, huge thanks to the Almighty God for bringing me this far. To the entire nation of Ghana and those who believed in me from day one and through this journey. Thank you and can't ever be enough. We'll surely bounce back. Gideon Mensah and so the Ode Ebae and no. Yente Alexander Jiku. It's a huge disappointment. But if you knew how grateful we are to have been supported by you, our Ghanaian fans, we'll have liked to continue the adventure, but we have never been more proud to wear the colors of Ghana. It was a dream to play a World Cup for my country. Alexander Jiku. Edoso, I mean, we inquire for later, never heard others. Did you? I say, I'm disappointed. Because we have the opportunity to get to the next stage. The penalty I missed is difficult to take. The game was based on details and we didn't get it right. Okay. I'm disappointed because we had the opportunity to get to the next stage. The penalty I missed is difficult to take. The game was based on details and we didn't get it right. Dede Ayu. Emra fan pack no ase. Amam for chiro madwini ye papa. Amam behwe match no e wo Kessben ha no. Yankobo ye ni akoma kakra na nsema hodo a omode atu dwa no so no bitimi ati kakra na. Ose Asano ye nya penalty. Yes. Nya penalty na Asano e course ho no. Oh my god. Entina en so no. Yanko ni nkoti kakra.
Piao mpenfo bono de ekono enya anom efrim de wo setim na ye enu anu no adai mo what slipa kuma sa from to boy asamoja na kekọ say boy a ke be ye ne saadi di krom wanchi a be ka ho eso esa se de da uni ni nwa de ya kan echire din okoto de ne bodwe enye sa ye da ma Uruguay ni oh papa de ya she Ghana no ani age oh de be nya sa do mo nya mi adum mo nya penalty na bra na wakura nko bebo penalty we ase no akura won sanso bia na nye izo because utimi say oh there be tie kudusu onu abra na onye ni penalty ase ko ma na bo na ade so what ase yes they dey corruption because we ase there do obra no die so what ase do komanabu akumanabu utwado we coach na go to pa no Asan papa otuado oye coach enuafo mienu kuta Ghana for dipa 32 million akoma enuafo mienu na enuafo mienu be na otimu dipa 32 million on my na enuafo mienu kuta Ghana akoma di dia so me Ghana for omo manyam sika wi o ebo na Bukari mo boy mo akom di omo be ma so mo bobo no Jordan ayu wanya sika wi o de bo na yere se e pa na chew Ida you 12 years. We venue chipana ama bobo share. Na ni dimi na kra ni the way was Mbuaba. Hey, ko fo adwalai. Any scout, won ko any scout na. Isi coach ni ko yede. On ko any scout na o just win. Na dey dey. Ni ko am to go sigana. Ghana kuma di am. Awo dey agure. Ko se asema wo ye. Tisina wo we dey da you know Jordan start. She ball am ko le se ka for mo. Na ko se asema wo ye. Amadon ba mu ikra mu ye. Omu ye bi. One changing no. One changing no bench o. One changing no bench o. Ya coach asesa na. One changing no. Na dey we dey na papa. Brana Bonchemu bi. Mr. Wahaba Kamade Suleiman Ebo. Such a player at camp, what's in chain, what's a bench more. Now, in that Williams and Nemo, who born so won't miss the son and for different player. Now, what kind of coach are you? Who players bear 26? Our honor will be a good. You don't know how to use the players. Over try and lack and on my way by the channel Bentino. On my way by the channel Bentino. Ghana match is losing life for coaching.
Go there can corner because Uruguay be here few more over qualified there, be high papa B. And Uruguay saying by pass no way. Because Uruguay ebe say Ghana they qualify pa there Derby I am the pa South Korea a team 2-1 win so they say South Korea and Portugal a qualify am an the papa some de papa although say I reward ya kan ye jitum sa reward ba but South Korea qualify no am a recheche kakra abaye mu.
What's your general assessment of Black Star? How do you see the game?
I see the game. The Ghana very good. Another time very good and cut the football. Inshallah, last 2 years.
So Ghana did well.
It's very strong one, wallahi.
Ghana did
it's very game very good. Uruguay small.
So the English cannot come that well. Right?
Small.
Ghana.
As the Ghana my heart here.
Wow,
the Ghana my heart.
Wow.
Father, did you? Why not you say Ghana Blaster and Papa and the Bush for there? 2010. Who are movie? Anna Samajan. So I last didn't say Croman as Samajan's penalty, the Mabasa. And I do the you. What's it? As Samajan went to Mabasa. Bonner German as Samajan Combustion as Samajan then quite say Bassy Pain. Now the day you won your penalty over Bobana. This way you pull it. We say, not Bobono. Actually, the day you did, why I know? Why not you say? 4 years on why not say uncle Biam, and Tia Brown wedding, oh dear, now me as a cruise no man, or Madi Boy now, bro. Pate Asana, oh, sign like say, Obian Chamo, and 15. Oh, Pate, also why I say, Sika Trebia anymore, national team, no, a 2 found him. Yet, Demia, maybe Jam may come on Matias, I say. Bono, see Luso, ya Luso, on it, on Mumiansa, the day you Jordan are you na Pate, on me, I say, you're trying with your free blast them. I'm Mobium. I mean, your pa bet ya so I said, do me no be a 10 million. Me dey am house also. 10 million. Me do nya me ka bibia. Was see logo I be see am say me. Ah, nation is our me team. Let me nation here me team. Ana imagine how 10 million bet no dey kra mu kasa kra me kasa. Let me to kra the day you no na busu afo ne abedi. Oni akwasi apia ko penalty ho sa. MS say ne ba no to agba sa no. Team no omonfa. Na dey na sie. Ghana free. Ghana mara. So mama kura no kura ra. Kafra wate. Oh. Kafra wate. Well, I na suma Ghana no.
Oh, I shall suddenly then not me hopes that Ghana will win. But looking at things alone, goes in the buyer there now. Me need you dear because near Barbara man Patemoya dear, I was disappointed.
It's what your children are ocean in such a pan and uncle who named the Nusu Diemno, Coach Yanka Bebwa.
Well, I was expecting Gideon Mensah. Yeah, and Daniel Kofichre.
Okay.
Yeah, and Jordan and the day should be out.
Okay.
And I'm call out there, but many results are me pay.
Wow. It's a better luck next time.
Yeah, sure.
Coach, I want to know one go.
Okay, me did say over man at time, or better to me, Jumano.
The better answer, Papa.
You're welcome.
Piao, there's a Ghana for Eguso Mocho Magin.
Officer, match no so sad. A yare hopa. Na Ghana, I've been saying coach. Because one team can say all players. Obey do on my bum. I'm on a ball. At Drew, time I airport match. No, I feel this players in the ever. I feel a second half from boys in neighbor ball. Go fetch the money in a bench. But one for man starting match. No, Barbara man, we know, but you heard boy, the Patem boy. So, you started a tournament in a Black Star Bobby Bobiano. Oh, yeah, second half no, and a ball. So one more almost started. I am one more good bench in on which our ball on for one starting. It's the amateur can say, the Yamepan or Ebenezer Bruno. But coach in the year, yeah, coach. Coach, you know, one cow more because or boy, Anna, they die you. I didn't hear your die. You don't must say, if you're Madia Bruna. You will be an Akako, Medas Bosu, Ghana for the above. But 12 on Wassa. Uncle, I can't create a second half free. I won't buy anymore. Bomb boy. The day in say you free team. A day now, Omuni boy dating as a car from a boy, you free. That's a bone, Omonia, I just said,
You want free now? Second half.
See me boy, Ghana born second half. Create chances. Short target here, boy. Next second half, we be sinabo we be. Eh, Jenny am left here. Nyan numere, omu two flow numere ya. Chana pa two. No more Ghana. Yakobi Nyankopon ya dana say.
Pacho Adama. Enyama mu se coach ni wanya de. Nenka ni kwase ankodi de ni nua na start. See I sense next time be say na e ma de demo enter say they open too much. Play no too much. Penalty say nenka ni kwase ankoma ma de debo.
Na penalty one na mo penalty.
E pacho nenka say o ma baba
Raman.
Be pacho.
No one na mo penalty.
Me pacho ni kwase ankoma
na say kudus nanka.
Me pacho na say ankoma goodies na bo.
Say players nanka wa o say dem ni mo. Na support.
Pacho dey coach ni na ma ebufo I say pressure beto ni pass because here the nyame say ma ye nyina yesu afim o be se be ko goal den kan kokko 90 ye nyina afim de ye obi an cheche ni yonkano a
chene de Ghana ya nya hwe coach ni de onya de da you know nua mo boba mo di suman aba men kan say ba bia mo de da bia da ya hwe ni
kuntimi ye make allegation bia oni proof o
ane de
Suman
powder fufu fan ha powder fufu wan ha
you the powder fufu fan
ha mahu team ni dia
Cristiano Ronaldo we na ye ade
wane dia wano wodi chin up shane ha ene wa yi we wano football na ya bo no wane Messi ni esu omo enti ball no yesem nya abotre second half dia ya bobo pa but Baba Raman dia wa amoaye the day you sunu onuane dia e ya beta say penalty na o say no eno anu no nsi Ghana biem won fa lu pre ba bia bobo no won fa kan no anu no ye nya Ghana ha biem bye bye
Papa
match no woni say
match ne de ade no na nka wo sen ka Ghana ka wo sen ka yetimi ewe ne na nka ni kwan say I was said the day you need to know what's not a crack. No man crying a bo because I'm crying a good bench. The day you need to team your boss was almost one again. I am what they are. So once again, I won't one again. I am what they are. So
I'm free now. We can be
by second half. No, what you say? I will keep a day. Buy
second first half. No go for buy.
After 7 minutes in a ban and crying, relax. You no more no. No more born.
Eto amuso na edumamuja.
Add in a few seconds. Penalty we say. And I even keep an proper making attempts.
A professional player.
How
about penalty no na enkoye wa?
Nyame so no kre.
O we ka wan ga bese.
Me dey me jai ball ache na mbom many di ball achi.
That's right.
Many di ball achi part time bia me frechiri na ba ha no na mbehwe match. Me jai madwuma to na mabehwe. Ghana ho don't because me nam no obi ka Ghana ho asem odi black asem atema na eha me. Ti kam person ki etimi koye nim kakra. Nyame so no kra se ko mu jai nkra na man kra ne ball from beginning. Kenya ni say ka Ghana ka ya ba fie no credit na keni kwasa Ghana ya ba fie be there you why a bench prayer
onye starter
Debbie
the day you nya starter
why a bench prayer so what the boy chiacha e also to me hunu say guy no why a bench prayer one starter so what omunya nkra na nkra no emobo no ba ni nyina achi no as soon as Baba Raman esu no nko ade baba esu no nko ade wasane Ghana na asan ya bono eya me de pa Ghana 12 years ago they repeat ye no ene say yetimi akoye kokora bona obi akon amaye na ya ba fi ya bro pepe no are na ya
Okay, fan park don some akoso ye papa se mrebe ma ye be call omo enso ekasa enye ni nyina ene apiki wa ha dosun later be akokwe tibetumi apiki others no enso General Joe we could never have scored the Brazilians 7 goals if we had the opportunity like the Germans did in 2014. We simply don't push ourselves above limits to set our new heights. To set new heights. That's our mindset. It's ingrained in us. Excellence is not part of our DNA. Tony Nkrumah Boateng, Edway Ifri Takwa. And yes. Tony Grobwatin on the way and so free takwa and so abreye. Okay. Tweet I hold our players no officials nim penifu hold the buy and kakra bi me pese mo benya mo comment kakra bi wo ho na fe yako Newton Lati and so ne akwa do no so the eba and the matches so na me boa ochina round of 16 matches hoti through England and the Senegal game, a big game. I'm shocked to the bone about Andy's comment on Chris Hughton this morning. Andy, do you think Chris Hughton would choose Baba Rahman over Jeffrey Schlupp? Oh, Andy. Hey, Otuado. Being person kind of the etwasono. Why and the message we and so by Osu. Una the message by Gordon Gosso. Una the way by Gordon. Now it is a Kingsley Tamale. Whoever advised Otuado to bench Kamal Dean in the game didn't do as good. Because we saw a good display from him when he came on. Kingsley Tamale. What comments we were that Twitter who didn't buy now?
First of all, so when say Cameroon for supporters no tukrum, no money aje. So much Brazil ba omo befi. Now who say Vincent Abubakar, a leader, a captain of the side, after receiving a yellow card, now asan kwa ko room Jesse. Say washe Brazil. Now who say Dr. Baumiasi a players ni make Ghana prouder. No who the reason why Africa Aqua World Cup 88 years, but we've never qualified to the semi-final. Again, a Sanka tells the reason why we have the weakest mentality so far as the World Cup is concerned. Baby, you do na ye. Diana players in the year or park so we make Ghana proud. We played 3 matches. We had 3 points. We lost 2 games. We conceded 7 goals. So dear no me or park and so we make Ghana proud. As a politician, exactly say I know Beko. And it is the reason why they assume position now improve our sporting setup. Now a football now a move from bad to worse. With the whole setup, be also a country that they made the country proud. No, I didn't know me make country proud. Oko about tournament now Korea. Oh proud now yeah man and they say. So he was uncalled from the vice president.
Hey,
yes, the level of mediocrity our politicians, no, and they are so many man to a multi-million money, we are the subject and the illiterate don't need to tolerate that. Yakobo work up or see they made the country proud. And then I'm going to make the country proud. Yabo have con yawe.
Okay.
Yabo work up or see they made the country proud. Now you know to the Abedi Diano. Or say you are down, know how to go higher to overcome your problems. A femo kono. The day you mutam ya de ban ya ko fem sa na yem se Ghana for refi. Ya bo AFCON 2019. Emma Genoa Tunisia said the run of 16. The next AFCON ye free group stage into ya ko fem. World Cup the last time ye free group stage. Yes I ko afu yes I free group stage enti Genoa yen sorry. And as I'm American year 2018 the babes in 4 years. Until I'm can't say descended, we are not descending, but we have already descended into your more. Into my and we can go higher. No, on the issue concerning penalty, top place, top. And no argument a pie on 10 I think I was a could do snowball. I'm catching almost said that
Jordan cry good. Hey, the Murafi did there you penalty I hold our Shabbat.
Even in the presence of Baby Jet. In the presence of Baby Jet.
The mercy
Nanuya. Argentina for do more in you know, in the heat of events, you need the player that has character. You appeared in Barcelona penalty by Barcelona penalty mess and about Jamanema. In the heat of events, you need character. Inaki tie referee ya no kasi the day you go for ball. Inaki play for Bilbao. The day you play for Hoy, Kata team. You need character. But penalty said the Roberto Baggio didn't do any faster. Europe 2000, Holland, Italy, Clevet Mason and a Masid of Mason and a Mega Davis Mason and a Ma. Zinedine Zidane, you here. Or didn't I say born as Naboban as Yapi? Victor Peba, Nigeria and Cameroon can 2000. Or say Nigeria for the AFCON.
Victor Kribade no. E no akoso ni.
No, my referee.
Referee. No, so this I say.
Yes.
You go here na born natural life.
Yes. So it was not counted.
Okay.
So the general, baby jet, people argue say he's one of the greats, and Matisse Obika say he's the greatest Ghanaian footballer. What's a penalty? Into the day are you in the heat of events while Bobby Brea say, into general, we say no, I say na me abefi. But I'm saying that in as much as the penalty would have changed the complexion of the game, I also feel we could still put a fight.
Okay.
But Yentimi and Putu and Oran and Chematin who perseverance be from the place. Yeah, who will be a bally, and you know, determination is different from capabilities. Mabara Mahmoud, they can be determined for 40 years. Born Uba no Muntimi for the blasters. So it is not about you being determined or showing any kind of perseverance. Untimi. And he proven he is not capable after 8 years in the blasters. In the moment, Mamu you so adjectives beyond qualify a performance, no. It was abysmal, it was uncalled for, it was unpathetic, and we don't need to tolerate this kind of performance.
I heard Andre the day Ayew after the first half said he and his brother Jordan are both not going to feature in the second half following the penalty miss. How true is this? Sir Fagner, Uwefi Dodoa Adunai Company and Abre. Orlando filmmaker Sokwa Akunta. So Andy should tell us who Kamal Dean should have replaced in the starting 11. Is it Jordan Ayew, who was superb in a game against South Korea, or Dede Ayew? During decision making, each member of the technical team will make their contributions, but the final decision rests with the head coach. Andy should sometimes desist from his entrenched positions. We've been beaten with ease. Really? Did Andy watch all the 3 games? Andy and his adjectives. Had Aliou Cisse been a Ghanaian coach, Andy and Ghanaian presenters would have sacked him long ago, a long time before he even won the AFCON. Orlando filmmaker Asokwa. Who comment on one? Besa Dr. Muzidin komo kakra. Na who comment on we why na Kamal Dean esen go replacing no. Na fi yemfa de aka no ento aso anka Aliou Cisse Senegal Ghana coach anka masakin da nsakra na ko je Africa na Senegal no ndia munya butre ema coaches any technical team one yen chance every Kamal Dean why na esen go cause no
oka Kamal
there are you Anase Andre Ayew Jordan our ball pa against Korea and go uniform ana Dede Ayew.
Yeah, about 3 matches. Wakam back up my Jordan into 2 now.
No, before this game.
Maybe I did not.
One a drop of Jordan because after against South Korea, he won't give a brand anymore.
And I'm see about 3 matches. The Jordan started in the first game. We played 3 matches. Jordan played 1. So what about the 2? Besides that, what was Inaki doing on the field? That Kamasoa who played for Club Brugge cannot do it. In Tibakabi. Besides that, I've not taken any entrenched position. My point is simple. So Orlando a technical person you can coach Sasana Hanekakra. General, me see if you are advising and the person is not taking the advice, what are you advising? That is number 2. The point 1 is number 3. Ose Aliou Cisse Ghana.
So be an advisor. Emma Penibi. Na
advisor on fa.
Man, this one for won't mean gas on fa. Ebi any na no offer. O Fabi on Fabi. And no just advice and to me Edman. The man I want to me.
Nti Kojigo Ebeka say Hama na Diego.
Kojigo say nipa na wa
say the Diego.
Otuadu na ebundi.
Na ye just technical advice.
Otuadu na ebundi patro.
You mate.
Okay.
But akala so and you know. Mami Dr. Ose.
Dey na aka.
Oh aka Ose Aliou Cisse dey no.
Aliou Cisse. Oh Ghana hanka odo anu apam no.
General, a good leader is a leader who take decisions, stick to it and defend it. Aliou Cisse nyame nko ni krom fo na aka so wasan pa ompam no. Augustin sang opam no, pam no. He won the AFCON for them. He's the round of 16 for the first time in 20 years. Yeah, coaches na yes yempam no.
Yempam we no. Na nya botrema omo baye adwuma.
Aliou Cisse showed promise. Has any Ghanaian coach or has the coach that we appointed showed any promise? He played in the quarterfinal. The next AFCON he was in the final. The next AFCON he has won it. Otohado dey promise no show. Anti Yensa man to aso nya adwuma mai. Those coaches never showed promise.
Many daughter Amuzu ebedi ko kakra wa me pa chopa nti kwadwo ahome mo peti bi ma no na later yasa to am komo no eso ye ba ye bewura Andy Newton Latte na so na fe de course nyina no de honsem enso abre do Amuzu
say
akwaba bibi aboko
ya mina dom say me hoye
de yankopon asepa awonde de emze wo bi pa
ampa
yeah
enko na me de fi me sa wonkola me sa be biase
sa what 3 years na wo ma me sa Ose
Ware 2019 na ma onkola me sa
oh okay
ka chire wo
2019 yeah
chire 1 year
okay I'm still counting
me record no
oh okay wow okra na me ne okay wo de emphasis ya na hi kwa ho okay west school okay wo de emphasis ya 3 years wow kola me sa
2019 na mo ko ware ma me ko je no Kokobin
okay
asa 2021 na babo me sen go
wow nice
1918 2021
kon ananka bisumi di ba ku bi ni beto okay we no sia we school okay we even see that later
bisi obra
o se job yeah see how they call dia it dey just say 2030 no
and one year
so what drone na wonum na wo ye ho adwuma me nti we dey na dey ba na pay
say in fact adwendwene aba mema so nti amade bia ye pressure ekosoro
sure
ye dwene de nkola bidie ye gide biedi ma omuti betu ye wuga na be ma bibia obema mu nti ya menho adwendwene bia na kofa pressure abre yen enkankan asabi ewiasa hikakre e di adwendwene abetu mema so betra fidie we so atumeme nyina nkran se ba se pressure ne kosoro ampa obi ada pressure do so saa ma ni be me se bi ontene kan bio obi se dog na me ware mienu miensa na ameko ya enkolai do so enho adwendwen nti ama sebi ama esei makuma ebo am hu so biom obi a na adwuma bitimi ye ne kwan paso na mitimi nye biom doctor say me pressure was soro doctor say me yiri am na atena for so many years me kone hu na me mu ahye na ade na adwo na me kan say bi edo tuo but me ke bi say pressure na cause on ko fa asade ne baaye obi o kan sa say nyina so ye no kore di ono so a na ho ode na akofo mu asabi ya kan say eye mbojabro so na akofo mu so onti ase ya mpan so saa nje chemu nyina ne say ya kan organs of erection na akoma no play major reka ho bi na edijuma so no ewo akoma no ne bommoja na fa ntini mu na baibema no ho se basa akoma no mu sisi se basa akoma djuma ye no kofo mu a e masabi djuma die no eto apeti kakra etiefo santi ase biom se ade e oba ne bema nhemu no nhemu die no physical activity ade bi e physical activity bi ya so ehia ahoden akoma no eka ho bi enti sa akoma no yade ya bem akoma de ba akoni mojabro so abem ma se intini nwasisi ma moja no intimi nsane enko beba no ho biom ma ane edoye ni aba me nwembo ni bia dua odwini se ope Dr. Muzu achi kwani aboso ne firi okura e mo adru obenom a ebe ma pressure na abafom kama ebe se bie intini na nwasisi no mu kama ebe se watenka na ate akọ na aba kama ebe se abuaw ma sebre bia wo ye wadwin so kokwan so a ayemhie bia de ben eni akiri ma me san fa fidie so ntumi ma fo se pressure ne wo so bebiri so de kokwan so a oni oba kokwan so ya no nya botra akra duro na tai ko ejomu kwan ho no mo enti bra na mo aduro ne nom na pressure ne ko fom kura en ko adwobre en ko fom kama na esemmie bie intini mu kama maw se de ya asabi eyeye no de kokwan no so a nkohia kwanhye bi okwan no so wada age no betimi aba bratafo club 600 oba menya abotre de onu no momra menya abotre ma check ma hwe se no ha no tie e wo so bebre so kwa so nye yi ana no maduro emre se yi ana na hwa ma di ono so onimu a ode aduro be se dog edro na me no me eboa me e ma pressure ne kofom but martin kanu yira na yira kwa na ekofom wonso e ma no nyu enye ma no so enye odadwene eye hawa e ba ya che hawa e ba manimu a che into ha no yie e wo ho case a eye case mo na de ne but case a recurring cases no ya say be manage a how be any the ultimate man on so no they say way out and me see kwan fa so eye ayahwe no asesa kakra brebi atwam na so si bra obi kro tie mu no ha oni nyina anope bi yo check any pressure bi eda se wonu bi eda ne aso frɛ me doctor ye frɛ me si mesi kro for de kwa tu nchen me udi kra de for din fa to baby doctor meti ha se do kan sa na tie me pressure no ye e wo so IC ma me won sa hoɔden ne kɔfom be du me nti meet me pese aduro no mo fa mbrɛ me ana se obenye ko hwɛ mo fie me hwɛ ama wo a obetimi a kyerɛkyerɛ mu yi ade o ka no se bi to aso mu no ebetinu hwɛ do di abrɛ
okay
ma hwɛ obi a ne hu sua sɛ ya me nhia ne da okumasi ha ye den ya sɛ ko ela ba no watwa no dia WhatsApp me e de dura abrɛ no ma sɛ ne hu atɔ no enti misrɛw there's a way out kwan f ba ko ne sɛ phone WhatsApp mu a na WhatsApp na ma no sɛ wo hwɛ na sɛ atwerɛ de mo wa ka sɛ guso de ka ne voice me no kon bɛ ya ma ana wo send me a sɛ no me no so be yi wa no so ne motapo so a metapo kama wo lab report bi da won so wo hwɛ a relevant enyini bi asa between 1 year to 6 months dey send me na ma hwɛ eno so add more information dey de bro no na aboa mu a mo pɛ sa service bi no WhatsApp no fo chen dey aka nyina
okay
mo fa me WhatsApp na ma no so sa na ma no 0247
77
67 43 0247 77 67 43 wo kumasi ano betimi abanso abratafo clubs 800 enye bia wo akiri bia mo hwe TV no kuro bia na ma ewo so you were branches Ghana have a bia bibiri inti hwe TV no so na kura be wona ma frɛ for further and better direction ade ba ko a esen high member ba ko ya high sugar level de ka no diabetes no na se sugar level ko from ekosoro a wo te hia how me no
okay
but they can say high sugar level destroy the nerves, high sugar level destroy the cells nerves no any hunam it if want to say bi mu say e ya hunam na se so ba bi a onya tinka e ya hunam na se guru ho a onya feelings se ba se sugar level ko so eku hunam na ubetimi ada ho sa mre bebiri na ma wadwen kura po se oni obanhia
okay
obi anya sugar level wo insulin sa ma enne na tinka nyina yira obenyo ka se obenya anke wa fa divorce na ko egu aware no de make ni se etwa se basa if say eye sugar na be sugar fa sa ha ni baaye enye be isem bia wonya ti asesa no ape doctor amuzuma chiri kwan if say we ye djuma ma ya ache we ye djuma mo hunim de we your how amount for tidy ba mi nchen a eye real kere ba enhwaduro ho no mo a onumu asabi asumbi ebeba wa wontimi ma a sugar level e wo soro a wo hwe Kessben TV no bi di nroma akọ nu bi aguso amuzu garlic any amuzu bitters ebeboa ama o sugar level na akọfom kama na amuzu odendin be ebeboa na bebe mo ambre no efiri hokura na amuzu bitters any amuzu geotam na ka ho no is going to prolong your sex drive wontimi ma frɛ na me fa amre obetunya banso abratafo club season me fa mo no firi hokura me say mintimi nka me ma mre yo ne Ibrahim kan kaka ho asem ene kwan fa so was esiesi ye wasesa brebi atwam ne ye kɔ hwitim so brebi atwam ne adwae wo abonten ensuo no na ekɔ ene etena so ene ekoto so ene ba konfo obi ne wa buga se me wo so nkɔ na me yisu ye piepie ko abonten ko didi ko tena se ye hu yie ɛhɔ ne nya yare free ebi mu so sabi etinye ye ma me kwan fa so mu wo ye no mo di asan ye be hu akwala bi ya nkɔ kwan so dan so de bi ya sabi niama impenifo bi a do hu obi akɔ boarding house wakɔ washroom sama akɔfa hawo se ba se wutie mi ne na wanya nkekae bi anase wakɔtɔ gata boni bi mu makɔtɔ mu no akɔfa hawo de abrɛw odun so emayie emu paapa emu hyehyew emu ya oya insasa be ma ehu a ohu de oba apɛ doctor muzo chief kwa memu on sani free okura baby a wo ba kumasi ha no eye tafo club 600 bi a afe na aye ofoforo medin sansa aba ho as beba udwiri ho etete ho wo na obehia mi paga fense guys with infections no wonya sa package na wawie kura wonya sa edu TV so afanku no first ras sansa na papa sansa nyina free ho na fa muzu heba power dam na koku na si fa fra na nom na ma ho hin ne nko na num insuo na ka ho bi atre me se wi anwumre na ho to okura e bi oni oba na ti odi asan ya obai dwidwi ne ho obai tieti ne ho obai agru ne ho ni onye oba nso die ho they are the best solution for ladies with infections oba ne be bia muzu vi herbal cream no odware wi a onti bi no fancies na hin fi ho amuzu herbal power nya koku na se ti bi o fa fra no nom oba no so num nso adure bi na mu a na go fa ye ni nyina na kom nyina mu enti oba bi a utie mi nkai how bratafo club sisi na nhwe o wentimi man so a ye door to door delivery dia bo pa na mo bi won bi safa amuzu pie ba me chane de dure a ma wala tu wala safo wa adwumaden akofo aya wa bro no obehia amuzu pie ba me cha wa wonana ne fie ko anim kakra sasa bro ku na hotutu okunu so a onu so behia amuzu pie heba mixture anase afarefo akuafo ne carpenterfo mokodi mo pa ewie na honam ya oba mo mpa amuzu pie akiri kwan etifo kai se ye fruity na ebre se ba se kuro wom emu wowo emu tutu emu no sanfro wa de wuhia ya amuzu k heba mixture anase wo yefunu akoye labesi ekuro ewo efunu mu wakoye 8 power test wa endoscopy si wo yefunu ekura bem yesi wo nsuru na ekura bem se de yefunu ti biara onya amuzu k na so no mu a wo beto okura na se ntontom na ahwew emu anya malaria dia kaisa amuzu heba ewo honom join this how typhoid hawa amuzu heba na bebua the anxiety 3 the sebi na ho edi mano no on ka se amuzu garlic na bebua no the sebi obre pan se wada amuzu garlic bebua the wanya stroke ho nya to ni nwiye the wanya sebi ye piano ono so behia amuzu garlic bitters sami nro makon 9 die wo heba shop biara mu kumasi ha ukọ dani heba misty heba apidank umumrum icof Kolenak omo Ashtown Accra monko kanshi dragli na naboachi Kens Walk Tinatet Repash ena Halus omo nyina no omo tubi esenton bi opa amuzu p amuzu k amuzu heba any amuzu galaku se mi se bia number of friend no dia jinjirechiri mu no eye 0247
0247
77 67 0247 77 67 43 you medawase
yenso yedase papa mesamo mo friend numbers no yade ahodo a hawo nyina Dr. Amuzu amamfo adansia omo ADFA Dr. Ehuno enyasam ketu akra frɛ na onyini nyina mfiri ho emfa emao ose nema ahodo bi ne hawo na emma sabi obema entimi enyina obeyini nyina afiri ho na bema no sabi agina kama pa enso ede amao. All right, edrumra esemi call Newton Lati ho na fe yehwe de ono so ede ebre free Black Stars and Uruguay game no Dr. Osei Sampene menu hu wache ye papa Dr. Osei Sampene Covanochi Teaching Hospital na oyas Accra Hearts of Oak management member who ache you can't win a match where your captain decides for you. We say Bismarck Asante Achim Bochanso unadiwe enso ebre me kwaba upon UK me hu so message no e wa ha edoso Newton Latte Marijata.
Good morning.
Hello Newton.
Hello General, good morning. Hello. General. Good morning General.
Good morning, that is saying.
Boko General, we have a pressure no one room.
Pressure base, sir.
Yes, General. We knew that squad way emunche dan you do a bit me boy so much. We said many things and put the squad aside. A huge potential going forward. But the technical team, you know, now my lot of confidence, especially Osha games are right after AFCON Otuado Eteki over right after Milovan Rajovac. Now in Sisiso from CK, the transition to Milovan Rajovac, your transition to Otuado, certain friendly games, generally you should show your team, you know, at some point, near Busa question, say area bay and the day you abo Obo 8. Throughout the friendly matches na yebo ni nyina against Japan, against Chile, against Nicaragua, not jede and able 8. But general, ni ebusa question say a team a build for Qatar na say je. So ni nyina ni ebusa questions each and every day na yenya be a solution or any day I could do that platform. Apart from the penalty, I've really not gotten the point. Say, General, na yentimi progress your ball no free actually fanko. The penalty aside, had it not been the penalty, it would have been so surprised to every Ghanaian say, I can still you struggle against the Uruguayans. But General, this is it. We are coming back home. AFCON is the next target, and lot of things. I mean, positive ones. Our highest say and by contrast, negative ones and also. You be Romania can be General.
Okay. Enti yentimi ntwen yenya dia ka no ema na fa ye wuram. Ene ma hu ye Ghana Uruguay ti ama game no emu na ye team dankasa small hold up so the tudwa fa ho bia ne kwan da ho.
Right, General. First of all, before I call Ghana game no there were certain records a break here and so share on screen as well. Gary Lineker was featured for England. I mean, on a top scorer for the English national team, and the account was said he made a very, very strong point right after Ghana a game and that point was a reference to 2026 game because one as a tournament because Mexico, Canada, and of course US. So he was trying to make a point that this particular group stage format where will obviously be the last time, and to him it's one of the greatest group stage performances based on the fact that Tunisia et Michel France we Tunisia game no in we also saw Spain also lost to Japan in a game virtually before the kickoff. We all felt Japan be lose. Similar thing also when South Korea and making sure Portugal also be lose. And of course Cameroon also did justice to Brazil and Russia. So these scoreline group stages, and Gary Lineker was making a point say General, this particular format where you now we share 16 groups in 3. And in 2026, Mexico, US, and Canada, you can 16 groups in 3. It means that each group biano is 16 teams, of which groups are hold on. So 16 teams, 3 and a 3 different groups are in 2026. Unlike the current format, General, you go through and answer, you follow. It will be quite different from Group A, Nipa teams 4 or Group B, teams 4 or Group C. That would obviously change. And based on the results, Kakrai and Sakaya, of which be much surprising, said Medicakano, Gary Lineker, Airboy and Kai said this will be the greater group stage of the World Cup. Now, talk about Cameroon, a clean sheet. This is the second time Cameroon a clean sheet on the Mundial. The first time was when they did justice to Argentina back in 1990 in Italia 90. And Omasaba Brazil. So 2 stalwarts in terms of the World Cup history in Argentina and Brazil. Cameroon Edomasa a record BNC that and Fama 2 different clean sheets. 1990 1-0 against the Argentines and almost 1-0 against Brazil, and of which this country almost 5 times of the World Cup and now for the first time we have 2 records are able representing Asia and Africa. 2014 Africa had 2 reps in a round of 16, and this time General Yasasu another 2 reps are more efficient. I will make sure say or something about the Asians with which Yadika go through. So these are some of the records and right after Cameroon, Brazil, South Korea, Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay game General series of them. Now look closely to this particular chart I watch screen and Osha box we say more. Main kind of sports in the you can count them here. But Brazil for sport, who is a outside the box, inside the box, or more so many sports anyway. But Osha just one sport per anyway, and it means that red sport was a goal on target for the Cameroonians. Now the actually said before kickoff, you ever start the game, this is the ascendancy for the Brazilian team. How our graph issue to cost. So before kickoff, they had 2.25 goals as expected against the Cameroonians. But Cameroon for the initial 0.46. per game, and another produce proud to that game. But General Oshaya and Cameroon and making sure say, despite creating few chances, they had one on target, and that brought a goal. But for Brazil, most of their chances down to the greatness of their goalkeeper, Barry Plessis Onana, they made sure say, despite these many chances, they being turned. Now, for the first time, General was also shot. There was another record a feature, and since 1994 in the United States World Cup, there was no team in the group stages and with me winning the matches in 3 out of 3 and Ra or share their consona. It was the first time since US 94. Every single group stage game, General Warren Abroswa 2 and Ra their consona a group and these records, so it me a break and it was down to Brazil again, almost lost to the Cameroonians and this record so you need to count back to US 94. Now this is attacking sequence involvement for players a feature a game. Now you narrow the BBC game. So Federico Valverde for Uruguay and creating most chances, most goal involvement in terms of how sequences are chance in creating. And of course for Ghana, we are talking about a certain Mo Kudus, Kuku, Obasiaba to Daniel Amate, and then of course Abdul Baba Rahman. So these are 3 players from Ghana. General, no more involved in the attacking sequences, so much. Kudus had 6 attacking involvements throughout the 89th minute now. Odi, our pitch, so I say 89 minutes. Daniel Amate 2, and then Baba Abdul Rahman played both players respectively about 90 minutes. Involved in the build-up phase. Now delving much lower into the game. This is the only country, Ghana, will lose against one opponent twice in the history of the World Cup. ABC that 2010 we lost to Uruguay through a penalty spot. And we've also gone to the next stage. Back in Qatar 2022, Yasabe say another penalty. So 2 times and a single country I say penalty twice. And yet here another single opponent. And that happens to be Ghana and then Uruguay. It's a bad record, but General Kotia. Now let's talk about this. We are going to put our lives and soul in this last match. Luis Suarez for Uruguay, my captain like I say. And Ghana was him. Ghana is a good team, but we know them. We have beaten them before, or referred to 2010 for the first time on that particular platform, and we know how to beat them again. This is a big statement. Before the game, so I can say mental cycle, whatever. I know this guy is telling us, even though we have a good team, but we're narrowing it down, simplifying and say your defense, we have watched their video clips and they have a porous defense. General porous defense, we will utilize on that to beat them again. This was a statement before the kickoff, but this really reflected in the course of the game. Now, so I will share idea, and we are talking about this, General. Obviously, these guys will really be attacking your team, But before we go really deeper, you share how I line up on it here. And most of the times, the Suarez kind, what's summing up? It means indeed, General, near porous defense. Said Luis Suarez, the captain for this Uruguay side of mobilization. And at this point, I'll tell you one thing that really worried we Ghanaians, especially through the tactical formation of Utuado and Crawford SRT. And now let's go back here and talk something about our formation. It's been really consistent. Similar situations have been happening. But if OSHA board not so closely, let's talk about something here. We went in the game where we felt, General, we had a back four. This is our back four. This was our back four. And
this is a Chasso Newton.
General, right.
Chasso says, Mrano Ekoye, Babadumi, and say PGMU. The case now, the FM, Nyasam Kitwakra, but your other issues, I think I share no so crave Nija, the Akanama for, and so a bem. And the matches me no, Yadma, a China matches me no, our boy. And my yashe and also a muka cra. It is my main sign brow na round up. Nagopo yadma, a drada, a bar, na feed a caminano, or the Honsam Abre, and or the Ako school pa, come on Sambia, as a busao, Naganino, who church him and my after World Cup fiasco, a war, a Qatar 2022, no. You buy a match, Yane Angola. double header bi ho ni na no Cote d'Ivoire AFCON qualifiers and so remember so the can be sa team your future AFCON and the baby room team here they call World Cup your future and the other questions but I'm running makwan
yes,
to run up na fi free
right general and then I think we can progress and talk about this probably on Monday but my summary and it's right after the penalty. The penalty was around the first half, 25th minute. General, one of the best attributes of our captain, Dede Andre, is his confidence. One of his best attributes as a captain is leadership qualities, his confidence, especially when we are down. And at some point, I was saying I was torn in between the two, said that they own frame. Now when they lead our park because Partey doesn't talk, and I say oh you know go because the output physically above form. But general right after this penalty, by emotions, by confidence, by leadership, the day you was off the game. The day was extremely off. By emotions, he was off. By confidence, by his leadership. Around the first half, early part of the first half, the best attribute of the day are you. Everyone cannot take that from the day. Forget about the penalty. We told you earlier. Baggio, Dems, all legendary players because platform this one. But right after the penalty, how do you rise? And rise your team as well in the process. The day you went off through the emotions, he was down. His confidence was zero. His leadership was none ever to talk about. So the day was off. How did it happen? The captain, your main attribute is the 3 core marks. Hallmarks I've told you. But how did you miss this after the penalty? Forget about the miss. We were in the game, early part of the game. Why did you go off emotionally? Mentally, why did you go off? Because this is one of the best attributes from the under 20 as a leader, your confidence, and then your emotions when tempers are going high, when intensity cannot be dropped. The day has always been there, clapping and shaking the other guys. But general, how did the day go off right around this point?
Nafi ya the games no na nyambo china enso games kakra ho
right
boss 5 minutes be sa adwuma nyina na agya de aka no amamanfo enso abam na ma abekire o matwen Newton Latte Marijata me das papa me na aka no am say ukwa we are 1 hour o de be adwuma nyina ya das nyambo ya do adwada na ya to aso e de ama me ba studio na ya be hwe and the games no Netherlands and the USA round of 16 Argentina and so near Australia. First game near 3 p.m. and a second game no and so 7 p.m. Ochina round of 16 France and Poland. Ebabo Nomiansa and a England and so and Senegal. Big game and so bebaso non so our boy kakra na fe ya jade kana ma so mabam abetre madwen ya call fan park and so amanfo adwen kire bebrebe mo so mumram na mo machire mo de nyesisi Papa Nova. Good morning. Also, brother, Kwame Mafu, a Thai friend Bobo, Kwame Mafu, and then your birthday, Papa Nova. I say, I will show happy birthday. Ninia eno na any will show happy birthday, Bobo. Yami onto kwem no nyo kesi. Sanso ena Papa Nova neba girl. Your friend no nana ama inshira nkansa obin. Nanama Insurance Cancer Obeying Oko School Nell Education Complex. And then your birthday, Nanama Inshira. Daddy's always show happy birthday. Mommy is always show happy birthday. Family Nina will show happy birthday. Sanso and Ayenso, you will show happy birthday. Nini na beya kolapa, beye penimpa na betra de papa Drew yanukra. Happy birthday, Nanama Inshira. All right.
Sergio, Netherlands ne USA, very big game I ever seen. Netherlands, Sergio, we are more 11 World Cups since 1934. All the World Cups they go past the group stages. And only 2 occasions spend a year more from this stage. Obekai 1990 and then 2006, your friend, the Battle of Nuremberg against Portugal. Yes, USA could be probably a tricky team. I bet more tough time. US, the last time they were able to even go past this stage was way back 2002. Or Japan, Korea, Mutimi drew the quarterfinal. So let's see what happens. But I think say the Netherlands might have the chance based on the fact that Omo more experience. But Sergio, you're going to know the USA team can spring a surprise. And Sergio, Louis van Gaal organic to equal the record of Mario Zagallo of going to 11 matches, 11 winning matches in the history of the World Cup. We know the record, Luis Filippo Scolari in 12 games. So let's see what happens in that game. Argentina, so 4 years ago, it was stage no Mufrimu against team I winning the competition, which is the defending champions France. This time around, they want to push in after that wonderful performance in 2014 of Brazil. Omunya go through all the way to the finals. Eluzu against Germany. So they are coming face to face with Australia. For that one, I think it's advantage for Argentina's team. Already among forecasted the third games are Omoji World Cup, Omu key men eluzu the penalty, Moro Kempes in 1978 or Messi penalty, 1986 in the third game Maradona Messi penalty. So Messi fans said this time around chat and for me, Sergio, I think it's advantage for the Argentines against Australia. Big game between the Teranga Lions of Senegal and the Three Lions of England. Sergio, interestingly, on 8 occasions, or on 9 occasions, Sergio, Ubenya European countries against African countries in knockout stages. Ningina Omoyi African countries, with the exception of only one. And it's only Senegal that has beaten a European opposition. Okay. And that was 2002 against Sweden. So can they do it against England? That's a very big question. And England, Sergio, a ban World Cup, they don't often lose against African oppositions. But Sergio, interesting thing I affect Senegal. This guy, yellow card, Idrissa Gana guy. The 2 yellow cards. So Sergio, Ebema but Nampales Mendy parties of rival can give you a very good account of himself. So as an African, I wish the Senegalese can go through. Sergio, for Poland, France, I see the French going through. I don't see Poland beating the French team now, Sergio.
Wow. Now so many corrections can create if our countries now winning all matches in no group stages.
Okay. None new thing. Kessben was in 94. Yenya team are winning the 3 games. Okay. Yes, 2006 Brazil are winning the 3 games in our group.
2006.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Almost share Croatia 1-0 Kaka. Mekai 2-0 almost share against Australia. Another 4-1 against Japan. Even Portugal in that tournament now Kasa.
Also winning 3 games.
Yeah.
Okay.
They won all their 3 games. Okay. Even Argentina also in 2010.
Okay.
Yeah, Argentina was in 2010. Yeah,
He was saying for the first time since 1994. Okay. Team Beer earned 9 points in a group. What's it 94? Holland, Germany, Mexico, Brazil, Nigeria. I'm on the top of group. No, Beer 9 points. And this time too. Okay. Say their team beer 94 World Cup with USA. Obi 9 points in the group. Countries from top group in and this year too Obi 9 points.
Okay. The day you went from the stadium straight to the hospital to see his daughter, who collapsed after missing the penalty, but she's doing well now. Thank God. Collins, I have for a boom. Good morning, sir. If a player is not performing or underperforming in a match or tournament, our coaches shouldn't delay in substituting them or benching them. I was surprised how Elisha, Owusu, and Kamal Soa didn't even get a minute at the World Cup, whilst Partey, Ndaki, Dede, and Jordan were struggling in matches and the tournament. Why not do we enso ebre okay, who the men sign Fabi Emma Ebium Nafi Yenche others no kakrebi. Dada Kusi, good morning. Dada Meteo Nka Ache Juland Caesar anyway by kindly check the technician. So anytime you are interacting with Newton in his studio, there is an echo in the sound for radio listeners. The echo only goes off when Newton fully takes over. Julian Caesar. Okay, Sammy, sound. Munchak is hard, and so am I yang. Yeko, NTK. NTK. Men can say it's hard now there, but it's intimate marketing now. Just so NTK. I think Andy should sometimes accept people's opinions. How can you say that the vice president's remarks and commendations are uncalled for? several countries will have loved to be part of the 32 that made it to the Mundial. Qualifying and representing your nation at that level is an achievement. The team disappointed, but we can still pick some positives out of the 3 games played. Though we yearn for excellence, we should also try to give room for error and learn to commend as well as recommend. As we aim for the top, overly chastising and criticizing the team only puts fear in the boys and makes them overly apprehensive when they play for the national team. Okay. Yɛde wo deɛ no ɛbɛsia na afei ɔhenaku senior house master okes wode bi ɛbae mpamkyɛ yɛntumi ɛmfa ɛyɛ messages nyinaa nso kwame shanghai mehu deɛ no so ɛwɔ ha later membie lines no mamamfoɔ mɛkyerɛ wo madwen ɔmadi nka akyerɛ bebree mame san mbie biom 0551444933 wobɛtumi afrɛ na afei wakyerɛ wadwen. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning. Pastor Kessben FM. Pastor Kessben FM. Mr. Kessben FM.
I Kessben FM.
Me pesa ka me ba e kakra.
O e kakra.
Masem nyina e tete. Me ka sa free kono masancho. Na masem ne say a free present day for time. I call World Cup. AFCON. Ye dia ba bi sisi Mubetiya ya kasi kapa Ghana China and you the any result am I? Yes, I am a professional na omo abuchi no matter. No matter ya be kiss kan dia mo no mwedi. Ghana boys na local boys na wa. Yam pese be issue omo. Yes, we know very well sir. Work out into for the job. AFCON kwa ya jene local players in Kwanya DJ by then. And then the friend of Fabio Trifono, near Domaba, near Tiscan, near the Mom Modi, a big deal for 4,000 and can bet him like Cassani, I say, I'm for results beyond my meanwhile, woman, and my one year to money, almost you invest, and the almost year to money.
Okay, MC will make you a point. Into Yema of Froso Emra, na ometre na dwen ewo program no eso Orlando mintumi mfa o message bi abio makan ba kono. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, the darling Joe.
Tara it say
Alhamdulillah bibi aboko na most well.
Ko pa do bibi aboko pa yenti we from UK.
Sajo, among for the messages about me, the message by one kind, by me can or Obia Chena Ghanem. Me person me busa Ghanaians, 32 million of Ghanaians, some of them. Are you brothers? Bonnie Ben Pen or Modia Omo? Chapate, are you brothers? Did I need to meet the cool at the bubble? Your parents saying, Pati Ebo Asna, and no says Kakets or the nutrition, the word potato channel, or the word Bama Bomba. Atete bia pataya bibi de bia ayu chese wase peneti boni be no omu je no bi komputu na pe akoya omu je omo kuma ene scope ene ba god mu di bia ni Ghana 50,000 omo odo boni be no o say
ngasa yo
no inti pati na bi ke kapete mu o pati na se pati se friends o channel se be Ghana o ko ni ko se bi o ba no ko ade ya bre no about no kunu no ye ade abe omuja yi le to fun se chine se best for you which you so be se na le so start the only no enjoy the God bless our home of Ghana.
Okay, now okay man fancy I go fan simpia ba yemfa NCA ma pick me nu kan ho ba ko pekura de metuma pick kan ho na fe breaking news ato aso amaye. Hello, good morning. Hello. Oh, we entimi amadia. Na ye boy ho na fi ye page me live commentary be free a fan park no enso e de abro. Hello.
Good
morning.
Good morning. But Kessben.
Kessben he was so live kasa Ethiopia.
Pastor, listen me kasa kokra. Alpha Brastam.
Etio kakra bi why etio
me pa so your friend na rayu ni no yenja wo me yen ka party happen yɛka party asɛ the party ɔmmoa yɛn Baba Raman ɔmmoa yɛn yɛpa mo kyɔ ne collab saa nkɔfɔ mmienu ɔmo yi ɔmo firim
ni party ni Baba Raman firim
yɛdaase ma rest
okay yo yɛdaase pa do mi no abo ebe home so breaking news na to aso tentem de amai and the matches no bamcho yen sense subium e mamo Netherlands omo any USA 3 p.m. Argentina enso any Australia game no and so 7 p.m. e be yini na live e wo Dufie Towers car park no so Ghana Football Association any Kessben Media yaka boom na face sponsors Guinness Ghana Sanso and MTN and so di marketing pa multi choice account high sense and so account na di dwumadi Bremo Huber and other sponsors momra na ina no ye fedi interest games ina e da mu nyina se akopon ya aduma e be sign mu attractive yakramo